Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Game Station podcast. Why, hello.
Oh, hey.
What's up? What's going on?
I'm sorry. I was told I was going to be the only redhead on this podcast, so I don't know what's up. Kind of upset right now.
Well, you obviously don't understand that sometimes we have coffee times.
Everybody know blondes are the best.
Oh, the rails have come off already.
Well, that didn't take long. You know, so I was pitching this show to the Game Station guys. I was pitching it to Jeannie, who deals with all of this stuff. It's like, I thought you weren't going to do a podcast this week. No, I'll just get some guests. It'll be fine. Without Jesse, there'll be far less derailing.
And here we
You messed up, kid.
Apparently,
You brought me on this show again.
Yes, that did not go well. Never mind.
TB, why don't you have a top hat?
I don't know.
What the hell are you wearing, TV?
Well, it's a dead ferret, I think.
I don't have anything cool. I feel really left out right
We're gonna
now.
hunt
I didn't get the
bears
memo.
today.
There was no memo.
Is that like your really bad hairpiece?
Yeah, man, it's a toupee. It's Trump style, man. Seriously, I own like hotels and stuff and bankrupt casinos. That's just how it is.
It's okay, honey. I'll set you up with a good one.
Good.
Okay,
It's got a tail and everything.
That's what you need.
It's for hunting wabbits, I think. But hey,
I didn't know you'd bring a wig too, Eric. Okay, we have to ask the fans, who's the prettier lady?
Him along. Okay.
Me or Eric? Who's prettier? Take your time.
TV.
What the? You took your wig off. All right.
It was cutting off my blood circulation.
oh
And
my,
it's itchy.
oh my.
Anyway.
Yeah, we've lost this already. That's it's like we're already screwed up here, but
I'm drinking rich Italian coffee from Whole Foods.
delicious. Oh, you go to Whole Foods, all that YouTube money, obviously. You're doing really well for yourself, eh, Crendor? Yeah.
I mean, I don't have as much as God, but...
As I rapidly discovered after making that comment, turns out God's YouTube channel has a really low subscribe count, so apparently he's not even monetizing properly. Like, what the hell, guys? Yeah, so, you know, I guess that didn't mean much after all. But I'll tell you what I do have. I have this custom Cynical Brit business card holder.
Oh, wow.
Fuck you. No, those are really awesome. I saw you tweet that earlier. I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
it's always falling to pieces. It came from Romania, so it's really cheaply built, but it's... Like...
I've never had a business card in my whole life. That's like my new goal.
Oh, business card? Oh, you mean like this one?
Yeah, that's beautiful. That is pretty. I'm very jealous.
Oh, those little top hats?
Damn! There's a business card,
Yeah, what's
buddy.
going on? I don't have a wig.
You see that?
I don't have a business card.
That's
I don't have a
UV ink,
business
bro.
Holder.
It's UV ink. That's on hard stock. You could cut someone with this.
Yeah, no, this I did myself. And I got one paper. I got with a printer. I want to get one of yours, dude. Whoever did yours, I got to talk to that guy.
This is your art project.
Oh, I could. These came like again cheap from Romania. Zook actually went in there. I think he went in there with an axe and said, "Give me all your business cards." And apparently that's just how they do things over there.
It is.
All right, I guess I should introduce the panel and also explain why the hell this panel is. So, well, Jesse and Dodger are away in the UK at GemuCon for whatever reason.
Nerds.
Yeah, man.
GemuCon.
Dem nerds.
Is that anime or?
I think it's kind of anime and kind of not. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, one way or the other, they are not here. So, it was a case of either I just don't do the show, or I do the show, and we do it with other people. So I thought, hey, let's assemble a ragtag group of misfits. Seems like we fucking succeeded there. And we'll do a show.
Yeah.
We'll try and do a show. We'll see how it goes.
It's going.
Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it. WowCrendor, welcome to the show.
Hey, I tried hosting this the last 2 weeks, and I commend you for your ability to keep things on topic with Jesse
Jesus.
present. And, I don't know. I'm good at not staying on topic, so...
It takes a little bit of work, let's just say, to actually get those guys rolling. But hey, it's cool.
Sometimes you just want to hear about his stories of teaching. I can't help it.
Hey,
Yeah.
if it's fun and he brings up some wild tangents, you know, how does
Exactly.
the audience like it? If the audience likes it, hell, you just talk about whatever you want.
We can't trust the audience, and you know
Oh,
that.
okay.
They don't have any taste that we know of. I mean, they watch the Game Station
Oh,
podcast every
come
week.
on.
No, they watch the Game Station podcast. This show's dreadful. Like, they
You're
turn out in
such a
droves to watch our
I like
panel.
you guys. I like you.
Well,
Yeah,
that's a
pretty
plus, I
cool
guess.
people.
Lisa Foyles, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. This is my first time on the TGS
It is.
podcast. Popping my cherry here for the podcast. I was not.
What better
really
group of
prepared.
guys to do that with, eh?
Whoa, hey, what?
Starting off strong. There we go.
Was not prepared for
Apparently
the opening
not.
and the wigs and the. Clearly, I didn't come with any costume.
Weren't you on
pieces, so I'm already
Nickelodeon?
falling behind.
See,
Aren't you
how's
that
the
red from
point?
Nickelodeon?
Are you that
Roundhouse?
girl from Nickelodeon?
Is that on
Thanks.
television? That was you. Aren't you Amanda Bynes? Yeah.
Oh, you're Amanda Bynes.
Amanda, do you get that?
Oh, God.
Amanda Bynes. No.
Yes,
Your
I was on
life's
Nickelodeon.
gone on a crazy derail, Amanda. You need help.
I don't know what happened. Like, she used to be nice. She used to be so cool. And, like, we were pals. And then, I don't know, just... not good. Shame spiral, I think is what they call that.
I call it alcohol.
I call it drugs, alcohol.
Ew.
It's the fame.
Hello.
That level of fame changes people, I guess.
does,
you know,
man.
look at what happened
It's not
to
like a
Lindsay
cheek
Lohan and
piercing.
stuff.
Like, why would you do that? Why would you get a cheek piercing? I don't have any
What?
piercings other than... But, like,
Is thi-
like, there's a hole there. Do you, like, eat soup and it, like, squirts out? I don't understand.
People get piercings in their cheeks. That's
Why would you just stick pieces of metal randomly into your body? I don't really understand that.
No.
no. I like piercings and stuff on girls, but like cheek piercings, what? You know, it's you
Can
gotta
I
stick with
just
standard
apologize for the horror that I'm currently playing on the stream right now?
stuff. What is that?
Oh god, this is getting weird about a minute. Oh, Lisa will know exactly what it is.
What is it? Is it the theme song? What is it?
Oh no.
The theme
Can't hear
song
it.
for the show?
No, it is
It's
thankfully
just an
not the theme
introduction.
song. That's probably for the best.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to sing the theme song.
I'm sort of happy about that, but I'm also morbidly curious.
As
Oh,
to, wait,
dear.
as what?
Oh man. There we go.
If you don't have the stream open in another tab, you're missing out.
Fuck. Okay, let's do this shit.
The best part is when a guest doesn't have the stream open, then they don't know what I'm playing in the background.
What could
Yeah,
you be
that's
playing?
me.
Rebecca Black?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's either you or a really good impersonator, but there you go. Oh man. Well, you know, that's more fame than any of us will ever acquire on this show, so, you know, I guess
Very
it's just
true.
jealousy from us. And also, speaking of famous, the one and only AngryJoe, welcome back to the show after your long hiatus.
Thank you for having me back, TV. I always enjoy
always my
coming
pleasure.
on here. Sweet, man. I can't wait to talk games. Lots of crazy news. So
Yeah,
this is
some
pretty fun.
things have been going on. We'll be talking about that a little bit later on the show. We'll do a little bit of PAX. We won't do too much because... who was at
didn't
PAX
go.
and who wasn't? You didn't go. Crendor,
No.
did you go?
I didn't go.
No. Lisa, did you go?
I was at PAX East, yes.
Okay, right. So that's like
I would have loved to have gone. I
Right.
hear PAX East is getting better and better. You know,
was
like
fun,
'cause
man. It's a
that's
good
why
con.
that's why I didn't go because you know in the past years, like 3-4 years ago, it wasn't that relevant. There wasn't many things there, but it's grown. So
I didn't go because I filled out my press things wrong, and then Jesse was like,
Oh.
"Did you email the guy that you're, like controls the stuff?" I'm like, "No, I didn't do that." And he's like, "Well, you got to do that." And I was like,
yeah,
I
you
did.
got to do that. You got to be
Yeah.
like, I'm Crendor.
Oh, we had to wrestle hard to get into that, man. Even after we did, we then had to do it again to make sure that Chris, the PR guy, you know, Zook, who actually got us in to begin with, could also get in himself. Because they just gave us passes for me and the missus. They're like, you know, we need this guy here too, right?
That seems crazy to me. They should be like, hell yeah, man, TV, come on down and spread the word about PAX East. That's weird.
It's like a big.
They've always been nice to me. Like a long time ago, PAX Prime at least. They're like, oh, AngryJoe, yeah, man, down here. They're real nice.
I mean, you're
That's what I like
Angry Joe,
about PAX
so-
is that it's not all business. It's about just having fun, hanging out with fans. So I think I'm gonna go into PAX East, or not East, but Prime. Are y'all guys going to Prime or no?
Yeah, I'll be at Prime, I think.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
What about UTV, Aaron?
I should be. We're having kind of... We're not so much having second thoughts about doing expos, but we're trying to rethink how we do them, because...
Oh, man, we gotta hang out, man. Have a drink, play a board game, dude.
Yeah, we should.
Have time to play a board
you know what
game.
annoyed the hell out of me? I forgot to bring King of Tokyo to PAX East. And I wanted to play King of Tokyo with people, and I never got the chance.
We're gonna play King of Tokyo. If it's not at PAX Prime, we'll find another. I'll just drive over there. Where are you? I forget.
It's east. Just go east until you hit the ocean, and then kind of go up a bit. You'll be fine.
I want to go just to see Seattle because I've never seen Seattle.
Yeah, no, Seattle's awesome, dude.
That's like the best part of PAX Prime is exploring Seattle and like going to all the fun. There's like a pinball bar somewhere up there that like people go to after PAX. And it's just pinball machines just lining the walls.
A lot of good food.
So cool. I forget what it's called. Like everyone's gonna kill me.
Yeah, there's some really good stuff out there. It's also a good reason to host any convention you want in Vegas, because like, well, there's always stuff to do as long as you've got the money for it. And that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, Seattle's awesome. Like, the only thing I've heard about Seattle is it rains a lot and there's a lot of suicides, but I didn't see not one person died or committed suicide.
It rains and there's suicide.
Yeah, neither of those things actually happened while we were there. We got lucky, I think.
Not one person died.
Starbucks in every damn corner, to the point where scientifically they have proven that there is noticeable caffeine content in the groundwater around Seattle as a result of the amount of coffee they drink there. That is a fact. That is a fact.
Sounds like a wonderful...
I don't like coffee. I know a bunch of people are going to be like, what the fuck? Don't
no,
like
coffee makes me sick. Coffee makes me sleepy, and then it makes me want to throw up for like 8 hours.
Wow.
Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the caffeine. Like I'm allergic or something. But,
you're like the anti-dodger. Good lord.
I just don't like the taste of it.
You guys don't like coffee.
Oh shit, that's right. Dodger's whole thing is, hey Dodger, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, the only reason people watch Dodger is because of the coffee gimmick.
Greatest thing ever.
Back from England to defend coffee. It's coffee.
Energy drinks, okay? They taste lovely, the juices, and all different flavors. Coffee is one flavor.
I hate the way energy drinks make me feel. It's horrendous.
I know.
Let me tell you a little story, right? So, Major League Gaming is sponsored by NOS, right? And I do a lot of their tournaments, and we go out there, and I'm like, oh, God, I'm parched. Is there anything we could drink after casting about 3 hours? Like, you can have this NOS. I was like, no!
You don't want to drink.
It's fizzy, for one thing, which is terrible when you're commentating for fairly obvious reasons. And secondly, it's NOS. It gives you a stunning headache.
Yeah, you do not want to drink energy drinks like if you're like, must drink like you're in the desert. I need something. And they're like, hand you like a NOS bottle. You are fucked, my friend.
Yeah, man, you are absolutely and totally fucked. And that stuff's like bright green or bright yellow. There's no way that's healthy.
See, he's already dying.
At PAX East, I think they were passing out those like 5-hour energies. I think they had those at PAX.
Things?
Like, at every expo, they have like a different energy drink.
Those
and they had
taste
energies.
horrible.
Yeah, those are not good. Like with every little, I didn't take it like as a shot, like alcohol. I just kind of sipped it, and with every sip, I just wanted to kill myself more. And then it just kept me up all night. All night kept me up all night.
You are supposed to take them literally like a shot because they taste either like medicine or really bad spirits.
They should give you salt, and you just like the salt that take a shot.
I am such a pussy. I
salt and then the lemon in the mouth afterwards. Yeah, that's
Wait,
about
it comes in that little bottle. That little bottle scares me. Like I had it in my backpack, and I went to a different country. I was like, okay, I'm gonna drink this eventually, but I just kept looking at it, and I was like, I don't know, man. And I just never drank it. It's like 2 years old. It's still in my backpack in case I need to use it at one point. But this shit scares me because it's so condensed. So I don't know, it's going to be powerful.
It's not a very good idea. I can't ever see a situation where that would actually be good for you.
Maybe if like, I don't know, you had to like, you saw like somebody getting robbed or something, and you had to have some extra energy, and you're about to fall asleep, so you were like,
oh someone over there is getting robbed. Let me rummage through my bag for my 5-hour energy.
Yeah, something like that.
Joe, it's not spinach. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping. Man. That's why I kept it in my backpack the whole time. I would transform into Superman and help somebody.
I'm so sorry. Welcome to the Game Station podcast. We occasionally talk about video games. Coming up in the show, we'll be talking about what we've been playing this week, and if it doesn't include a significant amount of Bioshock, then something's gone horribly wrong. We'll talk a little bit about PAX, although obviously that's kind of done now, and it's a couple of weeks done, so there's not really a huge amount left to discuss in that one. And then we'll go into the news, of which, Joe, I hear, is very enthusiastic about the news this week. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
What?
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah, just you wait. This is going to get ugly. Then we'll go to a bit of host topics. We'll look at the releases that are coming, and then we'll round up the show. Fortunately, unfortunately, depending on which kind of perspective you happen to have, I will be leaving pretty much at the 3-hour mark because I've got a call with a lawyer about some sponsors and things like that. So, got to go deal
Big
with that.
shot. God.
Oh, you don't want any of this. Trust me, you don't.
Okay.
It's
Not
like
good.
having to argue with a lawyer for 3 hours. So, this specific term at Section 17, subsection A, Part 2. No.
Oh,
I
wait,
did
yeah.
not sign up to YouTube to do this. God.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be dealing with that.
What's your shirt say? I shaved?
It said I shaved my head and all I got was this lousy beta key, which was... it's one of those really bad game t-shirts that I kind of get down to if I haven't done the laundry lately, which has happened when I was, I've been away for 3 weeks, so most of my clothes are, still in my suitcase. So I'm like, right, which shirt can I wear? I guess this one's okay. I'm not really going out anytime soon. It's not like I have to impress people, but...
I have one shirt
You
in
do?
my closet.
Yes.
A single shirt.
Yeah.
And I wear it every day. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I
I've
have
actually
like 20
met him.
of the same shirt.
Yeah, he's legitimately got more than that shirt. I can tell you that for a fact.
I got Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
It's always good. Yeah, you'd have to
I'm
move
wearing
a
Spider-Man
bit further.
in
It kind
honor.
of cropped on
I'm
the
wearing
sheet
Spider-Man
there.
in honor of Stan Lee today. So.
Always good. I don't think you really need an excuse to honor Stan Lee, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he did a cameo in a video I just did, and so all week I'm
Oh.
like, give Stan Lee love.
Talking about the big
What?
shots. Oh yeah, Stan Lee just did a cameo in a video I just did. No biggie. No biggie.
It was
Yes.
it was like a huge deal. Like I didn't think I would get it, and then he sent it, and I'm like, oh my god.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if the clip is gonna be more valuable and cooler after he dies, or if it's gonna be in bad taste.
Fuck! What the fuck?
Like if he dies, can I not use the clip anymore? Or because I love Stan Lee, but I'm sorry he's getting old. It's just kind of
This is a great quote.
Wow.
Great quote right
no,
there.
I love him to death. I'm just saying, is it bad taste after that, or is it funnier? You know what I mean? Like when people die in their movies, we lost Joe.
I know that
He
when
just
someone
left, man.
dies,
It's-
they become a lot funnier.
See, there
My
you go. Okay,
perspective.
then you've answered
I
my
thought
question.
Joe was into DC anyway.
Yeah.
Why the hell does he care about Stan Lee?
Oh no. He's just angry.
Yeah, consistently. Consistently. I'll have to wait for him to come back to talk about Bioshock, because since he did his video on it, he's no doubt going to have a lot to say. But why don't we just start off with some general discussion about what we've been playing this week? Why don't we start with you, Lisa? What you been up to? What's been on your playlist?
I have been so stressed out and just crazy and anxious with all this stuff on my plate. My schedule's insane right now that every time I get some free time to play video games, I've put myself in video game therapy. I've picked out the games that are stress relievers that I don't have to worry about, that I can
Okay.
just sit down and just play. And those are 2 games. And the first one is Gears 2 Horde Mode, because that's my favorite, because I can just go
Okay.
through and just to destroy everything. And number 2 is Lego Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Because the entire world is destructible, and so I just walk around just destroying things and turning them into coins. And that's seriously how I relieve stress. I know it's so silly, but that's keeping me sane, that game. So to be honest, those are what I'm playing because of the stress relieving. But on the side, when I've been doing some research for my show and stuff, but I've gone back and played Odin Sphere a little bit, which is one of my favorite games of all time.
That is a good one, and a lot of people don't really know about it. So why don't you tell us a bit about Odin Sphere?
So Odin Sphere is kind of this, it's not really a JRPG, but
Yep.
it's a Japanese, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it, because it's a very interesting art style. You should definitely
Yes.
Google it, but
Yep.
it's kind of these 6, the reason I like it is because it's kind of these 6 interweaving storylines, and you play as each different character for a certain amount of time, and at the very end of the game, all of those characters come together, and you realize how each of them are connected, and then there's this huge battle, and most of them die, but in a really tragic, wonderful way. And it's beautiful, and no one knows about it, and it's one of the most brilliant storytelling games I've ever played. So
It is pretty good. The thing about Odin Sphere, interestingly enough, is that it is a side-scrolling JRPG.
yeah, so that's okay. Yeah, side-scrolling JRPG.
Yeah, always good to know about that. It's obviously I think it was one of the games that really put Atlas on the map, actually, in terms of being this kind of weird niche publisher that would put out this crazy stuff from Japan and actually bring it over to the US. And Odin Sphere, I'm pretty sure, was one of the big reasons why they ended up being as successful as they are. And then obviously you had follow-ups like the Persona series and Shin Megami Tensei that ended up being pretty good too.
I think one of my favorite things about that game is I believe that everything in that game is hand-drawn. I mean, that's just what I was told.
Pretty close to being that, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's like a work of art in and of itself. So, you should play it, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I would tend to agree with that. I never picked it up. I did pick up their follow-up game, which was Grim Grimoire, which was actually a 2D RTS, which was kind of weird, but it actually worked fairly well. But I never got around to playing Odin Sphere, and I regret that. That's something I need to do at some point.
It's a good game.
It is. It is a very, very good game indeed. All right.
Whoa, you just showed video on the podcast?
Yeah,
you guys
man.
upgraded this thing?
Yeah.
Shit, boy.
I got some crazy abilities now. I can do this. I can do
All
that.
right.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. So we
awesome,
decided,
dude.
like, after about 45 episodes of the podcast being terrible, we should try to be slightly less terrible.
No, man, always upgrading, always evolving. That's what I like to do with the Angry Joe show. It's freaking awesome, dude. I love your fan base, too. They're really cool. So doing that for them, that's cool. Actually seeing the games that you're talking about is always helpful.
I know, like, I'm finally, like, watching it over here. Like, I didn't know I was supposed to be doing that. I knew you guys were supposed to tell me these things, like, have it playing in the background so you can watch it.
It's more fun when you don't know.
And I'm sitting here
Well,
like, I don't
especially
know
since if I search Lisa Foyles on Nickelodeon, the amount of clips I get is actually massive. There's a clip here that claims Nickelodeon promos, Nick Stars 2004. Apparently you are in this. I've gone through the entire clip and I can't figure out which one is you.
Well, I was blonde for a while, so...
Okay, that might be you then. Are you the one in the...
redhead and I was blonde.
Okay, are you the one with the missing teeth and the cheerleader's outfit by any chance?
Yeah, that's probably me.
Okay,
Sounds
so, you know,
about right.
it would be awful if we showed that on the show then. You wouldn't want anything
yeah, that
along
would
those
be
lines.
awful, meaning you should probably do it.
Yeah, that exactly. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to do it. That doesn't even look like you. I mean, what the hell? That's...
Well, I mean, that was the whole point of the show, is they made us look all... Wait, no, that's Jamie. That's not me. See, now I can't...
Right, okay.
That's Jamie.
That's not you.
me.
All right.
Look at it.
I'm glad I'm now watching what's going on over here. Yeah, no, that's Jamie.
So
A little sphere.
unless you did a reverse Michael Jackson, it's definitely not this girl either. So who is? Apparently you are in this, and this isn't you, is it? Surely, this can't be you. You'll see that on the feed in a second, doing the whole
No, that's
gymnastics
Christina.
thing.
No, that's not
Okay.
me.
I think
Keep
maybe
it
this description's
fail.
lying.
Probably
I think
gonna
this
find
description's
it.
lying. Like,
I
I don't
would
think
love-
you're in this at all. I'm
Keep
skipping.
going, Jamie.
Yeah, I was
Let's see if we
never on
can
Nickelodeon. I'm just...
Pulls out a man or something. Is this you?
Yeah, that's me. That's me. The
Yeah,
guy.
well, the guy with the guitar. Yeah, it's
Big fella,
like,
that's-
wow, you've cleaned yourself up.
A
But
picture of Keenan. Raquel. Is this you?
yeah, I don't think you're in there at all. Actually, I think this guy's just a big liar. It's
probably.
claiming that you're in this. Nope.
It's probably like blatantly obvious and you just missed it.
Yeah,
Dude, all you need
she's
to do
actually
is
the guy
search
with the
on
curly
YouTube.
hair and the glasses. That's the one.
All you need to do is throw in Lisa Foyle's all that on YouTube, and she's got a bunch of different little clips.
Oh, those ones? Yeah. I totally found those ones. Those were amusing.
I like how if I type in Lisa Foyles, the first thing that
There's
it
a great
suggests
one of
is
me
Lisa
getting shot
Foyles
in the
hot.
face with a cheese cannon. That's
There's
a good
another one that is great. A foot fetish tribute, Lisa Foyles.
What?
I'm deadly serious. That's actually there on the first page. That's pretty bad.
What?
Damn,
Well,
I don't
What's
have
it?
any of
I am
those.
scared to ask what is in that video.
Feet. What the hell else would it be?
I know, but is it like Lisa's feet or something?
Hell if I know. I don't know what Lisa's feet look like.
YouTube is the craziest
Fucking
thing ever.
YouTube.
Dude, I love YouTube. I love all of the crazy and negative comments. They make me laugh.
Yeah, they're always good. They make you money too, man. You can't forget that. They just make
I
wow.
love all the remixes and shit that they do.
Someone
you know, when I scream, no, 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 you know, you got to remix, no, 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 no.
So you're saying you like dubstep remixes of your voice, yeah?
Well, no, and then they do some other ones like wipe, and then they wipe their ass with it, and take little clips from the review and play them over and over. It's awesome. You guys wouldn't understand. You don't have remixes or GIFs. Is there a TV GIF?
There's plenty.
Okay.
Someone remixed me and Dodger rapping.
There you go. There you go. I gotta watch that later.
You should search WowCrendor rap. It's amazing.
So let's get back on topic, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God. All right. Crendor, what have you been playing this week? What's been going on?
Let's see. I played League of Legends like I do all the time. I played
Dota. No.
Whoa, aren't you fancy? I played a little bit of Dota a while ago, but it was I found it fun.
It was too hard. Was it, Crendor? It was too hard.
It was far too hard for me. I couldn't grasp.
I don't blame you at all. I
concepts.
thought that for like 3 years, and that game kicks my ass.
Yeah. I know. I think it's just a process of getting used to the game, like the UI and the items and all that. Because I'm kind of just like, I don't know what item this is buying.
Well, being able to deselect a hero is incredibly confusing at the start. It's like, where's my hero? I don't know. I clicked on something else. Apparently, you can do that. And you can't do that in LoL.
Yeah, I know. And LoL was really the first MOBA game I played, so it's just kind of got used to it. I've been playing. I played Blood Bowl. I played a couple games of Blood Bowl just to keep unrusty. Because I play you this week. That'll be fun.
Yes, you do. We'll be hopefully doing that this week. We took kind of a short break from doing it because Dodger
Life
and Jesse
happened.
Well, I was in Vegas, and Dodger and Jesse then went to GamerCon as soon as I left Vegas. So yeah, it's all I don't know. It's all kind of all over the place right now.
Yeah, but I mean, we're almost to the end. It's just like we
got like 2 more games and then the playoffs. So.
Yeah, so I mean, our match is pretty much a preview of the Super Bowl of Blood Bowl.
Whatever. Fuck you. I'm gonna be in there, motherfuckers.
I mean,
Said
I did.
Mr. I'm playing for a 0-0
You know what?
draw.
I hope John crushes you, Eric. Just for that. Just for that, John, crush this mofo.
I don't know, man.
Sumptuous mofo.
Lizard men are tricky little bitches. That I can tell you for a fact.
I can't help that I beat Joe's team. And
You did. Because I was trying to entertain the fans passing with the werewolf. You shut the fuck up. You're all serious mode, motherfuckers. I'm gonna analyze. Dude, you do so much fucking pre-game work, and we just
entertain my fans by winning. That's how I entertain.
Yeah. I made a mistake. That ain't happening again, buddy.
Like how you even threw it. It was bright outside, so you got
it was sun in my eyes. I just thought it would be fun and some event for the fans. Oh, you just wait, buddy.
Well, the current playoffs is looking like myself and Crendor will go through pretty much guaranteed. Joe, you're looking like you will.
Because your ass got the 4 noobs. Your schedule was literally 4 people that ain't never played before. So your team was fed as fuck.
Hey, don't even.
Same with you, Eric.
Hey, I thought Dodger. Dodger's beating everyone right now. She's really.
Dodger. I am so proud of Dodger, man. Dodger is freaking awesome. She has come back. I'm actually thinking that she can make the playoffs if she keeps it up. Because I think there's one more spot. There's 4. Yeah.
She plays Gerard, who doesn't have a win yet.
Okay. Circle win. That's what we call in the football business.
And then Sidestrafe, who's her competition to make it in, because he'll probably make it in, obviously. So Sidestrafe plays.
That'll be an awesome match. They haven't played each other?
Sidestrafe only has 1 game left, and it's TB.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's not good.
TB, to deal with him.
You have to do Dodger a solid and beat Sidestrafe to make up for that beatdown you handed her at the beginning.
Okay. I'll do what I can to Sidestrafe. It kind of gets to this point where since it's Crendor's almost certainly going to be in the playoffs. Sidestrafe might be that fouling might start to come into play because I need to hurt you badly because I'm going to have to play you again the week afterwards.
I'm pretty sure we're in the playoffs. We're in.
Yeah, let's just say that Gerard and Bebop Vox really don't have much of a chance of getting there at this point.
I'm just saying, Lil Skittles is gonna make it rainbow. Lil Skittles shirts ended up selling like 540 of them.
How the fuck?
What?
You just made that meme up out of nowhere. You bastard.
500 little Skittles shirts?
People like Lil Skittles.
Are you fucking, just because his name Little Skittles?
You forced me, motherfucker.
I'm gonna kill that thing. Whatever it is.
Listen, he has the most touchdowns. He's still alive. People have tried to kill him, and he's not died. He's unkillable. And then your big Skittles guy that is mocking him has done nothing.
He's had one game.
Yeah, because he played me, okay?
He failed to play a game because he forgot to play.
He forgot to turn up, yeah.
and then the next game he didn't do anything. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's
forgetting to
shown.
turn up kind of sucked on that. It's like I went into Bebop Vox's game without my new addition to my team. It's like, well, this sucks. Oh, and once that happens, you can't redo it either. It's just, yeah, that was kind of awful. Oh well, never mind. We'll see how the game against you goes. We will see. That'll be happening later this week.
Battle. I like how Lisa's just like, I don't know what they're talking about.
I'm just watching this.
It's probably best that you. It's probably best that you don't. It's a silly game.
It's a subpar, awful computer game with plenty of bugs, but we love it because the board game is so fun and it's so strategic. It's like chess.
All of these things.
Mixed with fantasy, mixed with just awesomeness, and I love board games, and it was just. I'm so glad you did it. Well. I'm so glad.
Yes, they did announce Blood Bowl 2. What the fuck are they doing with Blood Bowl 2? I have no idea. I assume they're just making the game suck less. I think that's their plan.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So. Here, I went on the forums and I told them, "Hey guys, look, I have some pictures for Blood Bowl 2. It's going to be announced." The forums are real cynical. You love it.
Of course they are.
They are so cynical. They didn't believe me. I had picture proof of the banners. I was sitting down with the developers. And they're like, "No, this is Blood Bowl Chaos Edition," and then they rebranded it and blah blah blah. I was like, "No, this is Blood Bowl 2." They're like, "No," and I'm like, "Yes, it is." And they're like, "No." So I was like, "Okay, fine, later."
Well, the thing is that Cyanide doesn't have a very good track record. That's the main problem.
Yeah.
It's, Blood Bowl is a playable game, and I'll give them all the credit. Like, their online system, their league tracking system, and their stat system is phenomenally good. But the actual game itself, the UI, the overall design, the annoying fucking commentators, all sorts of stuff like that, it's not that good. And the other stuff they've done, like, was it Confrontation? Nah. And then a bunch of other stuff that Cyanide did and just didn't end up being all that good. It's, yeah, they've got a lot of good ideas, they just don't seem to implement them all that well.
I love the design of Confrontation, the miniatures, but
the game is awful. It's
that's what I heard.
Bad. I wanted to like it because it had some interesting ideas, but it is just dreadful. It's a really bad action RPG, and...
No, I'm just talking about the miniatures game, because they came pre-painted, I think, and no, they didn't. They were metallic, that's right.
Yeah, other stuff they made, stuff like Empire, which didn't turn out to be very good, Cycling Manager, which is apparently alright, of Orcs and Men, which is supposedly a pretty decent RPG, but... Like, they also made the Game of Thrones game, which was really bad. And
yes, Game of Thrones. That made one of my worst lists. It was just so boring and weird, awkward combat. I mean, the only reason to play it was for the story because it was overseen by Martin. But yeah.
Speaking of action RPGs, I also played Diablo 3 again just because I was like, maybe I'll try this again.
Why?
Well, I saw it was getting played for, like, they're remaking it, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll go back and try that again. I played Barbarian. Okay. That was kind of fun.
All right.
I actually enjoyed Barbarian, and that led me to playing Path of Exile.
Yes. Now that is a game.
Pretty cool.
That is a game.
That's hardcore shit right there. Path of Exile. I like how, it's no holds barred. It's old school. It's more like Diablo 2 than Diablo 3. Honestly, I was having a little bit more fun with Path of the Exile than I did Diablo 3.
Yeah, Lisa, have you had a chance to try Path of Exile out at all?
I haven't played it. When it comes to Diablo, like, I played Diablo 2 and I loved it, and I didn't play Diablo 3 just because everyone told me not to. So,
well, it is pretty bad, so it's probably best that you didn't. It seems like the console version is actually going to be the better version of Diablo 3. It has no auction house. It has apparently better controls, a dodge mechanism. They've tightened up all the attacks. They've changed a bunch of stuff. No online requirement. I mean, fuck, why would you not play that version? When you think about it.
Because I've already played the game.
Yeah, that's a good reason. I probably won't get it. But so Path of Exile, for those who don't know, it's quite literally a free-to-play game. And I don't mean, oh, you buy the content. No, this is actually a free-to-play game, as in the only shit you can buy is basically cosmetic or convenience. That's it. Like, they sell little pets and shit. They sell skins. You can even design your own item if you pay enough money. But you can't buy power in any way, shape, or form in this game. And it's pretty insane. They also have no currency in that game. They use a kind of barter system using so-called currency items. Stuff like various different scrolls and things. They have uses in the game, but they can also be traded up for other stuff, and that's done through the in-game economy. So there's no gold. You don't get gold from anything, which is very unusual. And it's hardcore, and it looks like Diablo 2, if Diablo 2 was made today. It's grim, it's dark, it's depressing. It's got some nasty-ass monsters. You land on the beach, and the first thing that happens is half the dead corpses on the beach either try and kill you, or you kick them over to get loot. Like, your first shield's made out of frickin' driftwood. Now, it's good. It is a good game, and it is just fantastic, in my opinion.
I like the graphic style of it. It's really like it's like it looks kind of oldish, but it looks newish at the same time, if that makes sense.
And the best part is free to play, dude.
Yeah, it's totally free.
You mean like Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft?
What?
the Blizzard card game.
The what?
The Blizzard
They announced
card
it at
game.
PAX East. They were like, God, they sent out this email to everyone. They're like,
What is it? I haven't heard of that yet.
Well, they sent out like the PAX East. They're like, guys, go to PAX East. We're announcing something big for Blizzard, and everyone's like, oh my God.
Oh shit, let's go.
It's gonna be like Titan or something, and then they're like, it's a card game.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Hey, here's the thing. They didn't
Everyone
actually.
was so upset.
They didn't actually say it was big, though. Like, they never said that. People took that completely out of context. What the problem is, what they said was, it's not part of our main franchises, which made people assume, oh shit, this is new IP that's not based on StarCraft, Warcraft, or Diablo, which, as it turns out, was entirely false, because it's based directly from World of Warcraft. What they meant by new IP was, oh, it's not a Warcraft game, but it is, but it's not, but that's just... I
like card games, dude.
I like card games. I play the shit out of this thing.
You're on your phone or you're on your iPad. Like, the card games are fun, dude. And especially when you're on like a plane or you're just waiting somewhere or something in between, like watching TV.
I got Munchkin right back here. I love Munchkin.
Fuck
I'm
yeah,
like
Munchkin.
champion.
Munchkin is freaking awesome.
It's like for iPad and for like all those things because Blizzard wants to get into like the mobile market.
Which makes sense. I mean, I'm hardly surprised by the fact that they want to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm actually fine with that, because again, I think the iPad is actually a really, really good place to do that kind of game.
Yes.
There's two things that I really like playing on iPad, aside from Tiny Wings. One of them is card games, and the other one is pinball games. Yeah. The iPad is really good for both of those things. There's some amazing pinball on iPad. All the Zen pinball stuff, and there's really accurate recreations of all this cool shit. Star Wars Pinball is the best Star Wars game to come out in the last fucking 5+ years. It's phenomenal.
I don't know. I don't play
phenomenal.
Pinball.
It's really good. And then, card games as well.
I'm trying to figure out the name of this game, but I just played a new iPad game that... it's a first-person game, but you're running through a field and there's like zombies, and you have to try to just like dodge the zombies. It's like the scariest thing ever because it's really dark and gray.
It's
like
a runner color. Basically, right?
Yeah. It's an endless runner, and so you just keep going, but you have to just try to, weave your way through the zombies and pick up ammo and like shoot them as they're coming toward you. It's the coolest game I've played for the iPad in a long time. I wish I could remember the name of it, but
well, I'm sure if one thing, the chat will probably figure it out in about 2 seconds. If not, we'll check Google. So.
It's a lot of fun, though. It's scary. I thought it was scary. I think everything's scary, though. So.
Good to know.
But I mean,
I can't play Dead Space. I can't play Silent Hill. I can't play anything. I can't
play Silent Hill. Fuck that.
As far as mobile games go, I use like UTB. We're talking card games or strategy games. I don't really do the first person kind of stuff on iPad yet.
It's the controls that are the issue, right? I mean, it's just
that's why the controls are a little awkward for me. But I think a card game, especially using the Blizzard characters, that sounds cool to me. And I think I just saw in your video here, it's like free to play.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, so...
The
I think it'll do well.
Yeah, I think so. The concern I've got with it is it sounds like they're going for kind of a pre-made deck option, which I really hate the idea of. And I like collectible card games where you get to build your deck up, right? Well, I don't really dig, at least I'll play them, but I don't really dig for longevity games whereby you are forced to stick with a specific deck that they determined.
Well, I don't think they're doing pre-made. Because they say you can buy booster packs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's their big thing is it's free to play, but you can buy booster packs for $1.
Well, obviously,
it follows the same model as like Rage of what is this called?
Rage of Bahamut. Yeah,
and I guess it's actually kind of cool because like you can, if you get cards you don't want, they have like different values, and you can like disenchant those cards to try and build a card that you want.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now. Okay, well, yeah. Oh yeah, so, all right. This is where I got it from. There's a deck builder in the game which can build decks for you from the stuff that you already have. That's why I thought that it was pre-made decks. Because the game can build shit for you. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where people are like, oh my god, it's a card game. And then like once it comes out, people will be like, oh, this is fun.
If you can play that within WoW, then that's going to severely reduce productivity.
Was there really that reaction where it was like, oh, Blizzard's got something new? And then, card game, and everybody's like, aw.
Yeah, that's
because I remember that reaction at the PlayStation announcement where it's like,
Diablo
Blizzard's got
3?
something new. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm buying a PS4. Let's do this shit. Diablo 3. What? So they did that twice in a row now.
Yeah, they have. But you know, as Lisa was saying, I don't see the problem with this. Like, yes, you get hyped about Blizzard stuff, but I guess where exactly is the ridiculous hype coming from to the point where people are so upset that it is, that it's a card game and that Blizzard misled them and shit like that.
Well, I think if it's going to be a big announcement, they're going to do it at BlizzCon.
Of course they are. They're not going to do it at PAX. You kidding me? They've got their own convention, captive audience, coverage on DirecTV, for fuck's sake. I mean, why would you announce it at PAX and not there?
Yeah.
Or like E3. I feel like E3 is way bigger than PAX.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I mean, E3's got more eyes on it, right? PAX
That's what I felt about PAX East. Yeah, I thought that like there was not a lot of excitement going on just because I felt like everyone's waiting for E3. This year especially, I feel like everyone's waiting for E3.
For consoles, yeah. That's the thing, because they know the PS4 is going to be playable there, and they also know that the Xbox announcement is either going to come out close to that or is going to be there. They also know that April, yeah. The new Wii U stuff, the actual real games for that machine, will be at PAX, not PAX, fucking E3. So Nintendo was saying new Smash Brothers, possibly new Zelda, new Mario titles and stuff are gonna be at E3. So people are hyped about that. And PAX, I mean, what was at PAX that was really an announcement? Hearthstone and Transistor. Those were the two things.
Saints Row, I think, was a big one.
Saints Row was playable. I mean,
oh yeah, Saints Row.
Yeah.
Oh my god, me and Jesse are probably getting early copies.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so excited! You should have been excited when Saints Row was good.
You have superpowers in the game. I don't know if you know this, but
yes.
you have
Well,
superpowers.
you're the president, right?
You're the president, and
I am unconvinced. I was really disappointed in Saints Row 3. The superpowers and the president thing sounds cool, but I am unconvinced until I play it. Saints Row has always been fun. Okay, even 3 was fun. But they just started to dumb it down, put, in my opinion, less effort and more emphasis on dildos and sexual jokes, which is funny.
Yeah, you're right. My problem is that game to me seems like a party game, like a bro game, like a let's all get drunk and play game. But yet it doesn't have split screen co-op. Like, I realize technically how hard that would be for like the loading and like that would be close to impossible. But we put a car on Mars. I feel like we can make Saints Row split screen co-op.
Wait, what?
Not on fucking consoles, we can't. Not anymore.
Out of all, not now, but like out of all the games out there, I feel like Saints Row should split screen. Like,
we put a what?
That's my go-to
She's
for
referring to the goddamn rover.
We put a car on Mars. We put a Hummer on Mars. That anytime somebody in video games is like, we can't do that. I'm like, we put a vehicle on Mars. You can do that.
What are you talking about?
It's like the human race is some kind of combined effort machine that's doing all stuff. I'm not entirely convinced convinced that that's true, but I can see your point regardless.
If you want to see an amazing playthrough of Saints Row 3, go search Saints Row the Third OMFG Kata with me and Jesse Cox for an amazing
little shilling bastard.
an amazing series.
WowCrendor.
Go see my channel AngryJoe show because it's cool and you'll like it, and watch all of the videos.
Go see my channel, Total
watch all of them.
Cynical.
Like youtube.com/WowCrendor, Facebook.com/WowCrendor, buy my shirts.
I'll call you Eric. I'll warn you.
Joe's dying.
You shill sellout bastard. I don't know.
Let's talk
about no. Promote yourself, dude. Nobody else is gonna do it for you. You're proud of your shit. Promote yourself.
Yeah, but don't post it in comments on our videos because we'll ban you. Anyway.
No, that's not cool.
Let's talk about BioShock. Let's talk about BioShock, shall we? Because obviously, you know, Joe knows a lot about it. Who has not played BioShock here? Crendor. All right. Oh, Lisa as well. A bit. You played it a bit. All right. Okay.
I never really liked BioShock.
What?
I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Well,
that's been like my top 3 favorite games. I just haven't played the third one because I've been so stressed, and I really want to have that time to just like curl up in a blanket and just play it all the way through. So like I've been waiting to be able to play it. But the first BioShock, one of my top 3 games of all time by far.
Not a big single player game person. That's probably why. I'm always like, I'm gonna play LOL and WoW and whatever. So I don't know.
All right,
well, let's
Personal preference.
It's Jolita time. You smell like burning.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at what you did for the intro of BioShock Infinite. I'm like, you fucking fancy bastard. I'm gonna show this because this is just look at this shit. Look at it. Look, he's modified it's fucking God.
Oh, you like that, huh?
Yeah. I heard about your secret guy that does a lot of this. I heard about him.
I love my man. He's my boy. He helps me out on everything related to the AngryJoe show. Marlbot, got to give him a shout out. We've been working together now for 2-3 years, and it is just so fun. And I love that. That's so cool. Come on, that's cool, man. I gotta do that.
That's pretty cool. This, on the other hand. The fuck are you doing? Under no circumstances is that acceptable.
This is called shock factor, okay? When I was driving to the costume shop, everybody was like, Joe, you better dress up as Elizabeth. You better have a corset. And my original plan was to dress up like a little boy, right? I'll dress up like a little boy. You know that kid at the beginning who's selling newspapers and stuff?
Yeah.
I'd be that guy, you know, and then the ball would fall off. Because I was thinking, in a flying city, wouldn't kids be like falling off the edge and their balls would like the toys would fall off. So it hits a Big Daddy. So there was just when I come up with an idea, I just go with it, okay? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I was at the costume shop and I saw this dress and I go, you know what? I did a little boy. Wouldn't it be funny if I did a little girl? And I put it on and everybody in the costume shop was laughing. So I was like, okay, I gotta do this. I have to. And then plus the whole joke about Tomb Raider never dressing up as a lady. So yeah. And then if you look at the end of the review, Elizabeth is all like she's got this perfect face, like, what the fuck? And I thought that would be perfect, so I hooked that up. But no, BioShock, you know, I played the first one. I really liked the atmosphere, the story. Around every corner there was, you know, this feeling of fear, being enclosed. There wasn't quite that feeling in BioShock Infinite just because it was so open. But it was a completely different thing while still using the familiar formula. So, and that's what I liked the most about it. The imagery was way more impressive, in my opinion,
you know,
than Underwater.
It's interesting that you made the comment about it being more open because I actually, so far, I'm probably about 6 hours into the game now. And my impression of it is actually, it's a bit more linear than the previous
when I say open, I don't really mean like open. You're right. It is.
Oh, you mean just like you can see the sky and shit?
You can see the sky. Yeah. I'm talking about in art design direction. You know, in BioShock, it was enclosed. It was oppressive. Yes. It was fearful. In Infinite, it's more like wondrous. And look at all this amazing imagery and stuff. And I think that was really cool. It made me want to explore the world and be in it and stuff, rather than being fearful to look around the next corner and stuff. So it was a different feeling in that sense. But you're right. It is linear. It's they're in fact all the choices in the game mean nothing. I mean, whether you pick the bird or the cage, don't fucking matter. I was really disappointed, actually. I thought they were going to do something with that. Maybe they had planned to and didn't have time, because I know this game was in development for quite a while.
There's less choice, I feel, overall in Bioshock Infinite than there is in the previous Bioshock games. Just in terms of story, in terms of like even weapon customization and things like that. It seems like there's a lot more kind of linear upgrades to weapons. I do like some of the power upgrades. Some of them are really interesting. Instead of it just being, oh, this explodes more now. It's like there's an upgrade you can get very early on, but good luck fucking saving up the actual money for it, whereby if anyone that dies to the murder of crows power becomes a nest of crows and creates an additional trap, essentially. So it all chains together. It's pretty ridiculous. And there's some fun shit there. But certainly early on, weapons-wise, I'm, again, about 6 hours into the game. The only one I've really been impressed by, I think, is probably the heater. That was pretty cool. And then everything else is kind of like, well, it's a pistol, it's an SMG, it's a carbine, it's a sniper rifle. The crank gun is basically, it's an assault rifle, essentially. I mean, you could call it a minigun, but it doesn't really fire fast enough to be that. And
that was the thing, TB. You're right about that, and that's why I feel that it didn't earn like a lot of the 10s that people gave it.
That's probably the biggest problem I've got with it. The number of fucking 10s that game's got, and 9.5s and shit. Like, you cannot be serious. The biggest problem
they wrote their reviews. That's because every review outlet wants to get out the review right away. Yeah. So as soon as they're done playing the game, like literally the second they're done with the game, they go and start writing their review, right? I sort of like to have a day to sleep on it, or a day or two or something like that to really
reflect on it. I agree with you. Kind of reflect on the experience and kind of, I agree with you.
Yeah, and so what happened is they saw the ending, and they were like, "Oh shit!" Like they were like, "Oh hell, what the hell?" And I think that bumped up the score for them.
The problem is they just pump it out. They're just like, hey, gotta get this review up, make money, go, go, go.
Well, there's a big problem with that, though. The way that Bioshock's release was handled in terms of the embargoes was really bad, because they gave an exclusive to IGN in return for a week's worth of hype. Yeah, so
that was bullshit.
That was that was fucking. The fact that IGN actually acquiesced to that is fucking disgusting. I generally don't like to criticize, kind of fellow reviewers or whatever. I'll piss on Let's Players because they're shit tier. But generally speaking, like reviewers and publishers and stuff, I don't.
You're a Let's Player. You piece
I'm not fucking Let's Play. Don't get me started on that. But anyway,
you do footage and you do voice track, okay?
Hey, when you see part 137 of Skyrim on my fucking channel, then you can call me a Let's Player. Until that time, I'm a goddamn commentator, bitch.
All right, what?
Anyway.
Wait, are you saying that, like, IGN got approached with that and you think that IGN should have said no? Is that what you're saying?
I think, well, the thing is that they did it in return for a week's worth of hype content, yeah? So if you go to IGN, leading up to their review, which was an exclusive, which they got given 2 days before everybody else. This is known fact. They published about an article every day about Bioshock, which was basically little more than a hype piece, yeah? It's very much so. Yeah, no critique, nothing along those lines. It was hype. It was marketing for the game. I don't think IGN or any publisher, just kind of any publisher of reviews or any journalistic outlet should ever be doing that. I think it is a complete conflict of interest. No. Because how can I trust your review after you've been hyping the game for a week? I can't. I can't trust that you're going to be unbiased about it, because you've done too much hype of the game. And then it leads into this other problem whereby, because IGN got theirs out, everyone else rushed as fast as they could after the embargo broke to get theirs out too. Because the longer they wait, the worse it is. IGN just pulls in more and more and more and more views. And, as well as everyone else, if you get your video out first, Joe knows about this, I know about this, you know about this, Lisa, because you do reviews on TGS channel as well. If you nail that on the embargo date, you get so much more.
You'll get a million. Yeah, you're the only show in town, and you get a crap load of views. And then after somebody watches that first review, they don't really have a whole big reason to watch another review. No, that's why I like to throw in some entertainment in mine. But you're so right, and I think that people rush to it.
Yeah, they do.
And that's why some of the scores were a little bit higher than I think I felt it deserved. But I want to address something you said, like and something that I said. Me and my friend were talking about Marobot. In fact, that. It may not have actually needed multiple endings. I thought that the entire point of the ending sequence was to show that no matter what the guy would do, it would always have to boil down. Well, shit, I don't think I could talk about it without.
You've got to be careful about spoilers. I ain't even.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but let me just say that the ending, I think, sort of explains why there is no alternate endings or no multiple endings. So in that sense, I think maybe that takes care of that. But back to what we were saying is that yes, I definitely think that the review scores were a little bit too high, and there was a little bit too much reviewer praise just because the way the embargo worked out, and then everybody trying to press to release.
It's also,
in fact, I was a little scared when I figured out there was embargo. You cannot release this till this date. I was like, oh shit, does that mean the game's gonna be bad? They did that with Aliens.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, about it, how embargoes go. The thing about embargoes is they're used for multiple reasons. Like, one of those reasons is to keep stuff off the internet until the game comes out, which means more people pre-order it, more people buy it on day one, they get suckered in. Like Aliens, yeah? Aliens was embargoed until release. We knew it was going to suck as a result. The thing is, then there's other reasons. The other reason is to allow outlets enough time to actually finish the game, yeah? Instead of them all rushing. The problem is they still rush, especially when you give an exclusive out to someone like IGN. And what I'd also say is the problem with scores is, here's the thing, this is how you get views. You either give it a really high score, or you give it a really low contrarian score. You never give it a middling score. Middling scores don't attract people. Either
you mean like quarter to three? Who is it? Tom over there at quarter to three? I think he gave it like the lowest. I think he gave it like a 6 or a 4 like that.
Well, if he gave it a 4, then he's talking out of his ass. I mean,
no, I think he gave it a 6.
Going in the opposite direction. Like, this game sucks.
But it's his review system. A lot of people bitch at Tom in quarter to 3, but they never take the time to actually look at what his stars actually mean. And it's right there. If anybody had any time, either I loved it, I liked it, it was okay, I hated it, and it makes sense for what he gives it.
Yeah, his scoring system
I'm not hating
different
on Tom at all. I thought, in fact, I kind of like reading some of these reviews, even though I don't agree with some of them. They do bring up points that I had not considered. Like, for example, one thing I forgot in my review that I did want to talk about was Songbird. They really, in my opinion, Songbird was awesome, and I loved that character, and I thought that they could have done more with Songbird than they actually did. It wasn't like a satisfying conclusion. Hopefully, maybe it'll be in DLC, because I know there's 3 DLC stories that they're going to release for that, but I thought that they probably could have handled Songbird a little bit better than they did. He, shows up from time to time in cutscene sequences, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, he seems to be just a less active version of the Big Sister from BioShock 2. And that's really unfortunate, because the Big Sister was really involved and was actually there was serious gameplay mechanics tied into how she operated. Whereas with Songbird, at least so far for me, I haven't actually seen that. And it's unfortunate because he's a really intimidating creature. He's fucking huge, great design across the board. Love the audio design. I mean, just love the audio design across the board with everything, except for some of the guns. I feel some of the guns are a bit weak sauce in that regard. They just don't sound as powerful as they should. But then, that kind of ties in nicely to the fact that I think the combat is the weakest part of that fucking game. And that's always been the case with BioShock. Always. The combat is just not very good. It's average at best. And it feels very bullet spongy, for one thing. And it's also a case of, it's almost like it doesn't know whether it wants to be an RPG or an FPS. Because obviously, roots of BioShock come from System Shock 2, which was a first-person RPG, but it wasn't a first-person shooter. Doesn't matter where you shot in System Shock 2, you always did the same amount of damage, yeah? Headshots, stuff like that, that's not irrelevant. And the actual creatures wouldn't react depending on where you shot them either. So it was very basic. But BioShock evolved from that, but tried to be more of a first-person shooter, dropped some of the RPG elements out of System Shock 2, and it hasn't quite become a really good FPS. And, combat-wise, I almost find the combat a distraction from continuing with the story and exploring areas.
That is a really good point, TB. It makes me wonder if BioShock would be better as an RPG sometimes,
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit better way to tell the story, get yourself more involved in the characters and stuff like that. But, it does seem like they kind of ram some FPS mechanics in there that may not quite...
It's console gamers, right? I mean, it's the same 2-weapon bullshit system. Aim down sights nonsense. Aim down sights is fucking useless in that game, by the way. It's just, as soon as you get even one upgrade for your carbine, you just use the crosshairs. It's exactly as accurate. So it's completely pointless. But... as it is, it's a console game at the end of the day, and they've got to appeal to certain people with it. It's just, I would kind of like to see it go Fallout New Vegas route. Let's see that system in Bioshock. That's probably more fun than actually having Bioshock's combat in it, in my opinion. But there you go. And everyone else seems really, really silent on that. Lisa, you've only played a little bit of it.
Hold on one second.
No, I'm so interested in what you guys have to say. Like, this is really interesting for me because, like I said, like I really, really love the first game. It blew my mind.
I love it too. I mean, I love Bioshock.
Second game, I was like, I feel like they're just kind of trying to do what the first game did, only not quite as good, but it had, some cool mechanics with it. But now it's like I said, like because that game is so sacred to me, like I'm waiting to play Infinite just all the way through. And so listening to you guys' comments is really just like interesting, and especially the New Vegas comment, like that'd be pretty cool.
I wouldn't say no to that. I always thought the strength of Bioshock was the setting and the story. And it was also about exploration, which is all of these things apply to New Vegas as well. That's a game about exploration, it's about story. The combat fucking sucks. Yeah, the combat sucks in Fallout 3, it sucks in New Vegas, and combat sucks in Bioshock as well. If you go the RPG route, you can kind of get around that. And it's like, oh, I've got an inventory, and I'm getting items, and I'm talking to NPCs a lot. And there's actually more talking to NPCs in Infinite than there is in any of the other Bioshock games. But there's not quite enough of it. And it almost disappoints me because the first hour of the game, loads of talking to NPCs. And then after that, it peters off quite a lot. Because obviously the world becomes more hostile to you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, kind of from like a fictional point of view, I mean, obviously the Bioshock 1 story was one of the best video game stories we've gotten in a very long time.
I totally agree.
Kind of from like a fictional point of view, I just love the idea of being able to just take these syringes of superpowers and just like, all of a sudden inject yourself with a superpower and then like have it. And I feel even just that concept alone could have, so much potential with so like even more of a story. And I don't know, just like that always like really got to me. I was like, man, I wish in real life I could just take like, this yellow syringe and just have the power to shoot bees out of my fingers. Like just that alone was so cool to me.
Yeah, and the thing is that, as you pointed out, that's one of the stronger elements of the combat, but it doesn't focus enough on that. Like with Infinite, you burn through your salts so quickly that you can only really use a few powers, and unless Elizabeth decides to magic up a vial of salts out of nowhere, which she does do from time to time and throws it to you in the middle of combat, then you're not going to be able to use too much of that. And then you're going to be forced back to using the boring guns again. And to me, what would have really been cool is if your guy was fucking useless with guns, and you had to basically either use the environment or use vigors for the most part to actually fight your way through. Basically, you're a fucking Bioshock wizard.
Right. Yeah? So you mean like it's kind of like a personality trait, like he can't work a gun to save his life.
He's just not very good. He's
just not good at it, and so he has to kind of rely on the. I
would have loved guns to be last resort in Bioshock Infinite, and they're not really. They're kind of most of the combat because you burn through your salts so quickly when it comes to your vigors. So you end up in a situation where it's like, right, back to the boring gunplay again instead of throwing fire and fucking crows at people, which is much more fun.
Which is way cooler, which is one of the, I mean, every game has guns, but that game specifically has
exactly. Yeah, and just making them kind of steampunky guns doesn't make them any more interesting. I'm sorry. It didn't work with Bioshock either. It's like, right, okay, we get it. He's using a Lugia. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's a cool gun model. But
are we still talking about Bioshock Infinite?
Yes, we are. It's not more fun to fire the fucking Sten-inspired gun with the SMG with the side-loaded magazine. Having fired a real one of those, I'll tell you for a fact, it's a fuckload more fun to fire a real one than it is to fire that. That is one of the worst SMGs I've ever seen in a video game.
It's a video game. It's always more fun to fire a real gun.
Of course, but there are games with fun SMGs.
Like Call of Duty.
Actually, in most games, the SMGs are kind of useless. Aliens was useless. What is it? Halo.
Mass Effect SMGs. They're always fun to use.
Oh, well, I think even that is a little underpowered.
Spitting out bullets everywhere. This one, it's just like, especially when you get the first upgrade for the SMG, which like tightens the accuracy up completely. It is the most boring gun I have ever had the mispleasure to use. It's really bad.
So I just answered the door. My dad was just he visits from time to time. He just so happened to choose this moment in time to come visit. I open the door. I got my wig on, and he's like, Joe? oh, the thing.
I'm surprised he's not used to that by now, man.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah,
like,
so my
Joe,
dad
I am
was like,
so
"What is going on?"
disappointed.
Did
in
he?
you."
Yeah. I'll have to call him later and be like, Dad, it's not what you think.
Yes.
It was for BioShock, damn it.
He's already trying to adopt a different child right now.
Yeah, he's going to drive off, look for somebody else.
It's like,
No,
just give up.
So,
Yeah, we were just
BioShock.
like crapping on the combat mechanics for the last 10 minutes, but like, you could say, I think that's kind of the biggest criticism you can make of the game. Otherwise, like, it is a phenomenally designed world. Good God, is it pretty.
Yeah.
You know, texture quality is not so good in places, but overall aesthetic design and the use of color is absolutely phenomenal. I love the audio design. There's not one bad thing about that audio. I love the two British characters that pop in for no apparent reason and their theme.
Of course, you
The
love
little
those characters.
leitmotif. No, that leitmotif is amazing. It's just like, who the fuck are these guys? What the hell's going on with them? The voice acting is great. I love the overall theme. I love the themes of the kind of early racism, the stuff about what the balls is it called?
Yeah, dude, my jaw dropped when I was at that part. That's why I put the spoiler alert in my review, because I had to talk about that.
All the
I had to
emancipation
show that
stuff is
off.
great. The white supremacist stuff in there, I'm going to be very careful what I say. White supremacy is fantastic. No, the way that they handle...
Someone take that out of
The
context.
white supremacy
Someone
is
do it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
The racism was so good in that game. What?
The way that they handle the racism and the white supremacy stuff and the religious element as well is one of the best I've ever seen done. I think it beats the original Dragon Age in that respect, in terms of dealing with like racism and general fundamentalist religious fervor. I think it deals with that better than pretty much any game I've ever seen. So
There is a lot of social commentary in that game.
and it's not ham-fisted either. It's not ham-fisted, which is
Yes,
really
that was
surprising.
what I was gonna say. Is that it's not rammed down your fucking throat. It's as deep as you want it to go, you know, because there's a lot of stuff about American idealism and in the founding fathers and how you blindly follow, you know, these kinds of different ideals,
Hey, you
even
know what
if
the
it's
scary thing about it
counterintuitive
is?
to- you motherfucker.
Some of it actually makes sense. That's the scary thing
Yes.
about it. It's not like some of it, yes, you find it abhorrent, but some of it's like, I can sort of see where they're coming from a little bit there.
Yeah, no, it was great, and I think that's what a lot of the reviewers picked up on, is that the story is so well told. It touches on so many different things, like you were saying, racism, fascism, you know, alternate, you know, all sorts of stuff. Don't want to spoil it, but to incorporate all of that in the game and then end in the way that it did, that's really good storytelling.
Yeah, man.
Can I just say that you're wearing the perfect hat for that white supremacy quote?
We're gonna hunt some bears.
DB, do you have like a gun that you can hold? I really like this game. I like the city of Columbia.
Got an AK back there. I'll go grab that. That'll be fine. It's not real. I don't
You
have
really
the
have an
AK.
AK?
I showed you my airsoft. You know what I've got. I've got lots of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just don't like single player games. I've tried Fallout. I tried BioShock. I try like RTS.
is
Like I played the
wrong with you?
StarCraft campaign. It's just I get bored. I'm just like, I'll play multiplayer. I just want to I want human interaction.
I'm surprised you do after having to deal with YouTube. Like, the last thing I want to do when I've been reading YouTube comments and posting videos and deal with feedback is play with other people.
Well, I don't
that's
want to
what I hate.
I don't want to have a conversation with them. I want to beat them.
I like that. I like that mentality.
It's good philosophy,
I was just
man.
going to say, it was like, do you like movies? Are you a movie guy? Because you guys like...
I like that philosophy.
I like
it a lot.
movies. I don't know. It's just like games.
Like an interactive movie,
like even
single player experience.
Skyrim. I got bored in Skyrim. Like I sold Fallout.
What?
After a week. I was
Oh,
just
I got
like,
bored in Skyrim. Don't even get me started with that. It's a fucking ocean with the depth of a paddling pool.
But I don't know. I
You
think it's
have the
just
look
'cause-
of
I'm sure
amazing
you got
about
bored
you.
in Red Dead Redemption 2. Wow, did you play that, Crendor?
Red Dead
No.
Redemption? Yeah.
You didn't play that? Okay.
That game is fun.
That you might want to play the single player in that. If you get
Oh,
bored of that,
yes.
I will punch you in the throat.
That is a good fucking Rockstar game. That is the best game Rockstar has ever made, in my opinion. It is phenomenal.
I agree. Red Dead was fantastic.
Yup.
I will try that game just for you, Joe.
Did you play? Did you play Undead Nightmare?
I didn't get around to that. I'm told I should. I'm told that's one of the best pieces of DLC kind of expandalone content that's ever been released on a console.
It's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You ride on the four horses of the apocalypse, like pestilence and
And hopefully that's less puzzle solving than Darksiders 2 did. There you go. Well, we've actually been running on for over an hour now, so it's probably a good time to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit of news. There's some pretty depressing stuff coming out of Disney. Pretty depressing stuff coming out of Disney. What the hell happened there? Yeah, you'll find out after this break. You're watching the Game Station podcast. Do not go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Game Station podcast. Joe does not understand. Joe was not paying any goddamn attention when I said, we're going to be back in a few seconds, guys. But there you go.
Damn it, Joe.
It's always Joe's fault, every time.
Always Joe.
Voice is going out.
And
Are
also,
you drinking a beer now? What do you have, Joe? What are you drinking?
The show depressed him so much.
This is a Izzy sparkling apple soda.
I thought that was a Corona, and I'm like, really? You're the only one? I'm going to go grab one.
I was going to say,
you know what, Lisa? It is a Corona. It's a Corona. I'm cool.
You're so hardcore,
I thought you were
Joe.
cool there for a second. And
Where's
like,
the lime, bitch? Come on.
Hey, man, these are good. It's 70% fruit juice, no added sugar. Yes, okay.
I only have wine in my house because I'm fancy.
And you drink it out of that mug? Is that how it is?
You elitist bastard.
I hate wine. I have not found a single wine that I could possibly enjoy.
All right, thank you, TB.
There we
It's
go.
true, man.
I did not believe that
like
you would say that. I thought you were a wine guy, TB.
No,
but
fuck that.
you just earned some points.
I feel like alcohol in general is designed to not be tasty. And if you feel that it is tasty, you've merely conditioned yourself to believe that.
Well, there are mixed drinks like, Hurricane and the Bahama Mama. And,
Yeah, but you take the alcohol out of that and it tastes just as good, if not better.
Right, he means like the alcohol itself. Like nobody wants to go have like a glass of tequila because it tastes good.
You just
I don't
sits there
know.
sipping
Be
tequila out of a glass.
Be surprised.
I don't know. I mean, I met a few people, but
Only the fanciest people do that.
oh yes, yeah, that's the truth right there. Oh man. All right, so let's talk news, shall we? Probably the worst piece of news that we've heard in the last week or two has come out over the last few hours, and is not good. It's not good news at all, and it is that it would appear Disney has decided, this was actually rumored months ago that this would happen, but it seems that Disney has decided to close down LucasArts.
No!
Which is dreadful.
What the fuck, Disney? I'm about to blow everybody's speakers out. Hold on, I'm gonna hold it in here so that I don't blow your fucking speakers. Fuck you. Are you serious? I cannot believe this shit. I mean, LucasArts, man, are you kidding
You know
me?
how I was saying that BioShock is in my top 3 games? Well, in my other 2 are The Secret of Monkey Island and Grim Fandango.
Yeah.
And I am like the biggest LucasArts fan
And
ever.
guess who still
This
owns
is
the
fucking
fucking IP?
tragic. It is one of the most well-known companies in the world. And yes, they haven't made a good game in probably like, I don't know, 7 years or something like that. But god damn it, they deserved a second chance. They really
agree.
did. If they would just listen to their goddamn fans and put out the games that we want, we would have supported it. They would have made a shitload of money, and Disney would have been like, holy hell, And now they're shutting that fucking development studio down, laying off all those people. Disney, fuck you, man. And what's going to happen?
More Star Wars.
What's going to happen to Star Wars 1313?
It's not. I mean, it's dead.
Not happening.
There's really
Yeah,
no
that's-
question.
Are you fucking all the time and effort? And you know what? That game looked fucking cool.
Yeah, I agree, but that's not happening.
I wouldn't say it looks incredible, but it looks all right.
I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I'm pissed.
one of the annoying thing as well is that stuff like Grim Fandango, stuff like Monkey Island, this shit is held by LucasArts IP and who is owned by Disney, so Disney is most likely going to be hanging on to that IP.
This is fucking bullshit. You know what? I was so happy when I heard that Disney was acquiring this, because I was like, you know what? Disney will operate this. They'll let LucasArts do what LucasArts does best. Yeah. Maybe they'll take some fan feedback and they'll change the way they operate and start giving us the games that we want, start giving us the movies that we want. And then they turn around and go, fuck you. We're closing LucasArts and we're gonna move development to I don't even know. I gotta look up the fucking news story. Like what does this mean for Star Wars games?
Well, as far as I can tell, it means it's bloody dead. I mean,
no, that is retarded. That is the worst business fucking model. I cannot believe this.
So let me give you the quote here. This is from Disney, who obviously has recently acquired Lucasfilm and LucasArts. So, after evaluating our position in the games market, we decided to shift LucasArts from an internal development to a licensing model, minimizing the company's risk while achieving a broader portfolio of quality Star Wars games. As a result of this change, we've had layoffs across the organization. We're incredibly appreciative and proud of the talented teams, blah, 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 blah. So, this is what's happening. They are farming the license out to whoever the fuck will take it, by the sounds of it, and LucasArts will become the people that farm that license out. They will not develop anymore.
Oh my god, dude.
The end of an era.
The end of an era, yeah. There's fucking
so
bullshit.
Many game companies just like
they didn't give those guys a second chance. They fucking deserve a second chance. And then what about all those rumored, there was like some rumored games. There was like one called like Star Wars First Assault. And there was like a Call of Duty type looking one.
Battlefront 3?
I guarantee that.
Battlefront 3 has been cancelled so fucking much. I mean, that was cancelled, and I believe there was LucasArts was working with Free Radical to make that, and then something went horribly wrong there.
This is like, you know, I know that Force Unleashed wasn't received all that well, but it wasn't that bad.
Well, Force Unleashed was okay. Force Unleashed 2 fucking sucked.
Yeah, but 2 was bad, but the first one I thought was great. I thought the first one was really great.
Yeah, I had fun with that game. It was a shitty PC port, but the game was pretty fun. 2 was repetitive as shit. It was 4 hours of the same goddamn environment to levels that were horribly paced and way too recycled all the time.
I don't think people realize what this means, because this is literally, they were on the cusp of changing their mentality at LucasArts. They were like, okay, we have to do this shit right. We have to go AAA. We have to do blockbuster stories. We have to make this shit big. And that's exactly what they were doing with Star Wars 1313. Then Disney comes in and says basically, no. So they want to do the exact opposite. They want to farm out the fucking license to a bunch of probably shit-ass developers to make it fucking cheap and inexpensive. So what we're going to get is a bunch of lazy-ass movie licensed games probably. Fuck you, Disney. I can't believe you turn around and do something like this. When I woke up that one day and it was like Disney acquired Star Wars property.
That was good. That was good news.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. Now I wake up and this shit happens and it fuck is like, what the fuck? So
God, Ron Gilbert just tweeted a picture of his complete and impressive collection of Lucasfilm games. And they're all like originally as the Maniac Mansion, Monkey Island, the Indiana Jones, Last Crusade game.
Won't be seeing that like again.
Now we're going to be seeing Mickey Mouse and Darth Vader go on a fun adventure.
I understand.
To be fair, it can't be as bad as Star Wars Super Bombad Racing, so I'll take that.
Valid point.
You know, from a business standpoint, Lisa, Disney doesn't give a fuck about.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, no,
they don't give a fuck about their pedigree, nostalgia factor. But from a business standpoint, and I understand Corporate Commander. From a business standpoint, why didn't they let them at least see how this works out? Star Wars 1313, Star Wars First Assault or Assault Call of Duty, whatever it is.
All they needed was a goddamn Battlefront
given them this chance, because I felt somewhere down along the line, I felt that there was at least one or two good people in LucasArts that were like, one of these days, we're going to make X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter again. We just need to make some money first. And then once we have a shitload of money appeasing our publishers and stuff, we can make that game for the fans. And now we will probably never see that.
The problem is it's a bunch of old corporate men that are just like, the charts show that it's not good. We're going to get rid of it. And that's what it's going to happen.
You know what really gets me? The fact that Battlefront 2, if I recall correctly, wasn't Battlefront or Battlefront 2 the best-selling Star Wars game ever? Like, it sold a bajillion fucking copies.
Those games were amazing. Those games were so good.
I know.
I'm sure that there must be a reality.
You can play it on the same console with split screen, like you said, Lisa. There was like a fucking campaign map with different planets. This shit was tight.
Joe knows what I want. You know what I want, Joe. That's right.
They done fucked it up, Lisa, man. I almost shed a tear.
Joe, let's go buy LucasArts. You and me.
Let's
figure out,
do it.
Let's fire it. We'll make Monkey Island 5
Like,
and
$100 bill. You know you want it. Done. Making the best games. You know, that would be awesome if we were able to do like some sort of Kickstarter to save this shit, but it's not our
right.
It's not our property. You know, it's Disney's property. They'll do whatever the hell they want.
But after the success of Star Wars Connect, how could they possibly think that this was a good idea?
You know what?
There's an example of farming out to devs. That's a big example of it.
Dude, that's a really good fucking point. Maybe Disney saw this direction, this poor direction that LucasArts was doing, and it was almost their fault, their own undoing, going away from what we wanted and what we should have done. And that's all Disney looked at, is that your sales are low, you're not doing this and that. I don't understand why they didn't get a second chance. And I am really scared. You know, but you said that they were going to sell this off to other companies or bring in other production companies.
Yeah.
I guess maybe there's some small hope that maybe they'll give it
a good dev
real
for it.
good dev. We're talking maybe like, you know, fucking Irrational Games, you know, the BioShock that can tell a story like what they did, or something like that. That would be the only silver lining I see. But who knows? LucasArts better than LucasArts.
It's really unlikely, isn't it? Because it seems like, why would you do that and then obviously lay off all of your talent if you intended to just make good games? Like, you wouldn't get rid of your talent if you want to make good games.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry, man. It's just the reality of the situation. You know, you don't get to pretend that this is somehow going to be a good thing. If it ends up being a good thing, great. But I would never expect it to be. If you're a company that just acquired LucasArts and then you got them, there is no way that you have good intentions.
It's like when Rare was acquired by Microsoft, and then they were like, hey, instead of making good games, we're going to make a bunch of Kinect games, like Kinect Sports. Fun.
To be fair, they made Viva Pinata, which was really great, but then after that, everything went to hell.
What if we take a popular platformer like Banjo-Kazooie and make it into a racing game? That'll be fun.
Jesus Christ.
How long have we been waiting for Battlefield 3 and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and now we're never
going to get another X-Wing v TIE Fighter until PC gets like massive prominence, right? Because X-Wing v TIE Fighter was a game that you needed a fucking joystick to play. It wouldn't even install.
Yes, I know there are problems with it, TV, because there's no fucking joystick anymore. Oh man, just stop. I'm in complete depression now. You're just gonna make this work.
Now he's gonna go get his Corona.
Yeah, now it's Corona time.
Corona and hydrocodone by the sounds of it. Jesus.
Dude, I care about Star Wars games. Star Wars is one of my favorite freaking franchises of all time.
Oh yeah, you care about Star Wars games. Try being a Star Trek fan and caring about video games.
Oh, I know, man. I am a Star Trek fan.
You know what we're getting?
Star Trek Online? What? No Star Trek Online? You didn't like it?
No, I gave that
actually
a
had
6
some
out of
decent
10. I mean, it was all right. I did a video with Spoonie. He was like a Klingon. But it wasn't Star Trek, man.
No, it wasn't. It was like you slaughter millions of people in that game. It's just silly. But
yes,
you know what
exactly,
we're getting?
John.
It's okay. Don't worry. We're getting a return to form in the thing that every Star Trek fan wanted: a co-op third-person cover shooter. That's like,
yay!
Okay, you know what? That's a low blow. That's a low blow, and it's true. Yeah, that's a bad thing. I want to say you're wrong, but that's true.
If I can't fly a fucking starship, you're not doing it right.
Put more effort. It does look like they put more effort into that game than a normal movie licensed games.
Oh, it's been in development for a while. Rock Paper Shotgun's been hyping that game for whatever reason. I'm like, you kidding me? How could this be anything but terrible? But you know, maybe
I've seen it.
Maybe
I haven't got my hands on it. They wouldn't let me, even when their back was turned. But I have some confidence that it might be good. There was a really funny commercial, actually, with like William Shatner, and
that was fucking hilarious.
It was awesome, dude.
I will, in fact, show you right now, but you should.
Oh, hell yeah!
You should watch it later just because of the voice acting.
Oh, man, it's good stuff.
It is. It is really, really good.
And I am so excited for the sequel, Into Darkness, and I think that's why they delayed the game a little bit so that it can match up a little bit more with the upcoming movie. But as you can see, that it focuses on the gore. I love it. Oh man, I actually think this is going to be a good game.
It might be. You know, the funny thing about this is, like, Shatner, who's, like, what, about 147 years old, is clearly better at this fighting thing now than he was back then. You just get that double fist punch going on right there, the standard.
I love that old school fighting style where, like, the men aren't necessarily defined and they, like, have to puff out their chest, you know, and they're like,
yeah, it's funnily enough, the footage they then show after that actually looks dreadful, but I don't know. It's depressing to be someone that likes a particular franchise because they all die.
What if you're a fan of the War Z franchise? Sadly, that game's still in like the top 30 seller list.
This is why I hate PC gamers consistently. It's like you keep buying shit because you're desperate for that genre not to suck. Stop buying bad games. Oh, Jesus.
I want a Star Wars game where, you know, it's about diplomacy and you have, you know, the view screen comes on and you got different dialogue choices and shit like that. And,
they existed.
And every mission you can do peacefully in some way with an alternate path, or you can go combat.
The funny thing is, you could probably pull that off with a Mass Effect style game.
I was going to say, you just want Star Wars Mass Effect. That's what you want.
I fucking do. I mean, Star Wars or Star Trek.
No, I agree. I think that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What game were you talking about, Eric?
The War Z.
No, we're not getting into that again. It's dreadful.
You must have been talking about that game forever on all your podcast TV.
Oh God. I got a lot of success out of that game.
Was it better at least than Walking Dead Survival Instinct?
No, it's not. Walking Dead Survival Instinct's a game. You can play that. War Z's barely a game. Like, the second time I went into that game, I was killed by a floating backpack.
I saw that. That was one of the most funniest videos I've seen in a while. They're like, wow, this is awesome.
Hundreds of people suffer from floating backpacks yearly.
That was a PSA. I was making people aware of the floating backpack problem. This is something we don't talk about. This, like any other form of cancer, we don't talk about that. We just talk about breast cancer. This is a form of cancer. The War Z, it's just terrible. But yeah, anyway, that's it. We've beaten that to death. Anyway,
I want Rome Total War 2.
Fuck yeah!
I want
Sega
to properly fucking apologize for their bullshit, and then I can cover it. But
that'd be great.
Yeah, their apology was kind of half-hearted when it came to the Shining Force thing, and that was like 6 months down the road. And apparently, they still haven't unbanned a bunch of channels that they got rid of. So fuck those guys.
You got an apology from Sega?
It was a thing posted on a forum that was like, they said, don't worry, we will not ban future videos. It's like, you closed down like 16 YouTube channels and almost shut down my business. I'm gonna need a little bit more than that from you. But all credit to them, they did remove my copyright strikes, which is, nice of them, but they didn't remove the strikes on the other channels. Well, I'm not doing shit until they fix the other guys. They only did it to me because I shout a lot. They didn't do it to anybody else because they didn't have a voice.
Because you have like a million subscribers.
Yeah, it turns out they care when you do that, right? It's like,
yeah, that's not cool.
Equal goddamn opportunities. Get it sorted out for everybody else. Then I'll talk about Rome.
Sega.
Cool. Dude, I would love to play that game with you, TD, you son of a bitch. Yeah. Me and Crendo, we gotta play that game. I love Total War.
Shit.
I remember Rome Total War.
Total War is my game, and I cannot wait for the Warhammer. They picked up Warhammer Fantasy, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, that's
and plus, Creative Assembly's working on an Alien game. That might be the actual good Alien game that we finally get, because it's based on the first movie, and hopefully it will focus on the fear and the tension and the actual xenomorphs.
This is really
weird. Wailing Yutani.
All right. Hang on a minute. We're talking about Creative Assembly here, like, who's only really done 2 games outside of the Total War series, both of which were fairly average third-person hack and slashes, and you trust them to do an Aliens game. Really? Why?
Well, you make a strong point there. You make a strong point there, but you know what?
You're hopeful.
You don't. Shut up, TB. You don't know what they did. Maybe they brought in some developers you don't know about.
Maybe they brought in some developers from Gearbox, the experts of Alien games.
They also made Rugby 2001.
You know what? I'll tell you what. If I can get a hold of those guys, if I can get a hold of Creative Assembly, I will talk with them. I'll ask them about that. And I'm not going to let them fuck aliens again. I am going to burst in their office and look over their shoulder and make sure, yay, that code needs to be C semicolon //, not the other way around. I'll help him.
I think it would be more effective if you burst out of their stomachs, not like into the room.
Yeah! What are you guys doing, huh?
There's a good idea for a video, man. You just somehow you just had to make this giant 10-foot tall guy. You get a perspective shot so he looks like a normal guy, and then you burst out of the costume's stomach. How cool is that?
That is a good idea.
You should hire me as your consultant, man. That's the way of it.
Hey, that was Lisa's idea, not
you're
yours.
welcome.
That's why I'm a consultant. I'm good at stealing other people's ideas. That's what we do.
An asshole.
No wonder you're talking with a lawyer later.
Yeah, pretty much. Apparently, I've got to lawyer up because Lisa's going to sue the shit out of me.
Yay.
I just love how you like just stole that idea and was like, yeah, this is my idea.
I do that with my wife like on an almost daily basis.
Wow.
It's like she comes up with some really great ideas. Like, guys, I thought this really great idea. It's like, fuck you, TB, you did it again. Like, oh, sorry, I thought of that. But yeah, she hates me for
Half
that.
my YouTube ideas are stolen. Pretty much everyone's are. You just find someone that's not very popular and they're not very good at making an idea, and then you take the idea and you make it good. That's how it works.
There you go.
You guys are fucking
How you
terrible. Crendor, I can't believe you said that. You and
There's
TV,
a lot of my
man.
friends that are like, you make video, you know, it'd be a really funny video if you did this. And I'm like, that would be funny. And then it's mine once I make it.
You're kind of an evil genius.
Wow.
That's how Apple did it. Look at them.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't, man, you guys are crazy.
That is a dreadful thing.
Listen.
Oh, boy.
It's cutthroat.
I really cannot believe it's hitting me now. We live in a world without LucasArts.
Jesus.
I know.
We live in a world without LucasArts. That fucking logo and the fucking joystick. It was fucking awesome, man. And now I can never attack a Star Destroyer again. Hopefully.
We couldn't even get a Grim Fandango 2. Like, what is up? Like,
Yeah.
Or Full Throttle 2. Or Day of the Tentacle 2. You know, what the fuck happened to all those games?
Oh, dude, and adventure games are coming back. It would have been a perfect time for LucasArts to be like, bam, adventure games. This is our thing right here. Ciao,
And
right?
they can easily do it because there's now a prime market for adventure games. It's called the fucking iOS device. These games sell now. You can sell them again. Walking Dead did really, really well.
Oh my god, Disney is so retarded, dude.
yeah, those games were point and click. Like, that's what the iPhone and the iPad is. Like,
It's
you literally
perfect.
point and that's your click. Like, that's what the game is.
Perfect. It's like the exact wrong time to kill off the best point-and-click developer in history would be when the iOS and Android devices are in their ascendancy, and these genres of games are selling incredibly well. Let's get rid of that
Well done.
now.
See? Well done.
You guys are really smart. Well done. Yeah, god damn it.
Yay.
Well, that was depressing.
Yep.
Let's talk about another Android device.
All right.
The one that we can't pronounce. It's called the Ouya, the Oya.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
Eeyore.
I
I like to call it the Eeyore. It's the
That's like
Eeyore.
to say,
The blah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
The Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm playing
The
on
oh
my-
yeah.
That would have been a perfect name for it. The Oh Yeah. It was a great name for
yeah.
a console. You fucking kidding me? It's better than the Wii. Jesus.
Way better than the Wii.
Yeah. The
I better
Wii-
copyright that
console.
before TV
It's
takes
the
it.
oh yeah and the Wii U.
Before all y'all take it. Copyrighted, AngryJoe, 2013.
Hey guys, Rob Jackson from
Yeah.
The biggest thing that I've heard so far with the Ouya, I am saying that right? Ouya.
I
Is
don't
that
even
the
know.
I heard the controller sucks. I heard the controller, like the buttons are sticky and the analog sticks like aren't good. I heard the controller's just bad. Like, I
Which
haven't-
is dreadful because like they supposedly spent a bunch of time developing this thing and it looks like a nice controller, but
yeah, it does look nice.
yeah. So I'm checking out an unboxing right here. All credit to GameFans.com here. This is an unboxing of the Ouya or whatever the balls it is, and it's actually showing the controller here. The first thing I'm noticing is like, holy crap, those analog sticks look like they're really kind of shallow. And the D-pad doesn't look particularly premium either. That's kind of concerning. I mean, the whole thing, like,
Yeah, you fuck up the D-pad and that shit pisses people off. I mean, on those types of games, you're going to be used on
You
the
need
games
that.
that are available on that console. that is the most important input device.
Well, at the end of the day as well, this thing is basically an emulation box. Like, what a lot of people were interested in with this thing was like, oh, it's a $99 Tegra 3 emulation box that I can plug directly into my PC and sorry, my television, and everything's cool. And it's Android, that means you can run probably up to N64 reliably on that thing, yeah? Which in itself is kind of cool. You know,
I haven't seen the specs. Was it like a one teraflop?
I can't remember. It's a Tegra 3, which...
what am I talking about?
Well, let me put it this way. I can run N64 games on my phone, and a Tegra 3 is one of the better CPUs. Obviously, Tegra 4 just came out, and that's incorporated into the NVIDIA Shield, but Tegra 3 is capable. Like, you can very easily play...
Okay, that's what it was, because I
16-bit, and then up to about N64 in that thing, and it works pretty well. Okay,
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about this. It's not right up my alley. I think it's directed more towards indie guys and casual app market users. I mean, obviously it's going to have upsides and downsides to it. Obviously an upside is that you pay $99, it plugs into your TV, and you have access to a shitload of free games. But the downside is, what kind of games are you going to be playing on this? Is it going to essentially be like, the iPad games, and
well, it's Android games. I mean,
and Android isn't really all that support. I remember the reputation of Android is like all the better games are on iOS, and Android never really gets anything. So can this console change that? Can it change the mentality of the Android market? Are these just going to be games that are good for 30 minutes? A piece, and you're not really... I mean, are they going to have AAA devs? There's so many questions with the,
Well, we have the launch lineup, so we can have a look at that. Okay. So, that's what we're going to have a quick look at, which is the launch lineup.
They have to have more launch titles than the Wii U.
I think I only recognize, maybe 3 of these titles.
I don't recognize a huge number. I will definitely say that.
104?
Yeah.
Oregon Trails is awesome.
Oregon Trail, yeah. They have Final Fantasy 3, a port of that on there, which is kind of like...
Nobody's gonna buy a console for Oregon Trail. We all play that.
No. It's not Oregon Trail. Well, it's basically Oregon Trail. But it's a zombie. It's a zombie version.
Oregon Trail is awesome. That's on PC as well.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Yes, Oregon. It's brilliant. It's a great game.
That sounds cool.
The thing about the launch lineup is that, as you said, you don't recognize a lot of them, and I don't really blame you. They do have, apparently, a working version of N64 emulator ready to go, which is MoopN 64 Plus, which is obviously good. There's an NES emulator there as well, and obviously the Android stuff will be quickly ported to run... I assume this thing will probably run Android stuff kind of well anyway, but you've got to concern yourself with the controls, because this thing doesn't have a touchscreen. Emulation, technically. I mean, emulation itself isn't illegal. Downloading
I know, but how are they selling this console with
because emulation isn't illegal. The emulator is not illegal.
Yeah, the ROM is
downloading ROMs is illegal.
So you can have the emulator, but it's the ROMs that actually play on that emulator that is the illegal thing.
Well, it's the same idea of owning a CD burner, right? It's illegal to copy copyrighted stuff, but you can own a CD burner because there's legitimate uses for it. I mean, N64 and NES, there's a bunch of homebrew stuff, there's a bunch of stuff that's expired on license, but at the end of the day, it's emulation, nobody gives a shit, right? This is the most important thing to say. No one ever got busted for emulating video games. That just doesn't happen.
That almost sounds like the weed thing, like the new law of you can be caught with weed, but you can't buy it or grow it or sell it. You can have it. That's fine if we catch you with it, but if you grow it or sell it or buy it, then you're.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's again, I'm a supporter of emulation because it's a fucking N64. What am I gonna do? Buy a used N64 and a used cartridge? Yeah. Who does the money go to then? Nobody. The dev doesn't get that. So
that's why they don't care.
And chances are you bought that N64 game back
anyway.
In the day, 15 years ago.
I already
so if you
own
bought that shit, I have a right to have a copy of that. Isn't that what emulation is all about? Just to have
I heard that in some countries it is. Not in the US, you don't have a fucking right to it.
I heard that's actually the law. If you have a copy of the game, you are allowed to emulate it.
In certain countries, yes. I'm pretty sure the DMCA shut that down completely in the
US.
Again, at the end of the day, no one gives a shit because it's old games, emulation, you can't legally buy them anymore, so who fucking cares? The thing about this console is that you've got to try and figure out who the hell it's aimed at. And you think, right, okay, as an emulation machine, sounds pretty good, yeah? But then you've got to think, well, who else? It's a $99 machine.
Casuals.
Well, we're not even just talking casuals. We're talking about people on a really serious budget. Like, to me, this is the cheapest console you can really own. Yeah, with the cheapest
$100? No, you can get a Nintendo DS. You can get used.
Yeah, and you're gonna pay $30 a game. Like,
that's true.
So, that's the big concern. Yeah, you could get a used DS, a regular, maybe the big fat one, yeah? A used fat DS for under 100. And then what games do you buy? You've got a very limited selection of, kind of cheapy stuff. Here, all of the games have to have a free trial, which means you can try everything on the service, and then the actual games themselves cost barely anything, except for Final Fantasy 3, which is probably ridiculously expensive, because it's like $15 on iOS for some stupid reason.
So you're saying that its marketing strength is that it's a poor man's console?
Yes. I'm saying this is the I can't say Poundland because you have no idea what I'm talking about. This is the Dollar General of consoles, right? It's
Poundland? Is that what the Dollar General is in the UK?
Poundland is in the UK, man. Or
you want to go to the Poundland?
No one ever says that.
I want to be.
No one ever says, "Do you want to go to the Poundland?" It's like you have to go to the Poundland. You have no choice in the matter. Okay. Yeah, it's the Dollar General of consoles. It's designed for really low budget working class families, and there's fucking nothing wrong with that at all, right?
Yeah,
nothing.
No,
is that what cloud gaming was supposed to be? But what is cloud gaming?
No, cloud gaming was dumb. Is what cloud gaming was. That's like. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
well, I'm reading something here. I'm reading something that I don't like. It says here that users will have to enter a credit card details before downloading any games, even free ones. I don't like that.
Well, that's iOS in a nutshell, right? And Google Play, if I recall correctly. You've got to do it with both of those, right?
Yes, you have to do it with iOS, now that I recall that. But,
yep.
Damn, but I plan to buy shit, but I don't understand why you got to do it if, the whole thing is there's a shitload of free consoles on that. But I guess the reason why they're able to offer it free is because there's in-game downloads. So, okay, that makes sense.
They want it to be really easy for you to just be like, hey, I can just click this button and it's mine.
Yep.
All right. Fine. Find something else to bitch about. I don't know much.
To me that I love that there's this option, and I think you're right. This is kind of, a cheaper alternative, but it almost seems like in this day and age with especially Western gamers and, the whole console fad, that it's kind of like it's almost kind of become like a brand world. Like, how people wear like Abercrombie and Fitch because it's a brand. It's like people want to play Call of Duty because it's a brand. You know what I mean? I feel like even casual gamers, like they want to play the popular big games so they can talk about it with their friends. I don't know how many people out there are willing to shell out money to play a bunch of like indie games or even iOS games on a console that they can't really like talk with their friends about. Like, that's a really shallow way of looking at it, but it's almost like, do you get what I'm saying, kind of?
Yeah.
That, like, gaming is, like, trendy now, and people want to play what's trendy, so...
I don't disagree with that to some degree. That's right,
Yeah, I think she's right. I think also that, but the counterpoint to that would be that this thing raised how much money? It was like millions of dollars.
One of the most successful Kickstarters. 8 or 9 million for funding?
Yeah, like $9 million. So obviously... there's some demand in this. I didn't contribute because I wouldn't buy this thing.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised that it got 9 million. So maybe I'm out of touch with what those particular types of gamers want, because I was thinking to myself, well, why wouldn't you just use your Android or one of your other devices? Because if you would have allowed technology to evolve, it would have been eventually being able to plug out into the TV.
Well, you
or
can
the
already
Wi-Fi.
do that. Like pretty much any smartphone. Well, no, you don't have to do that. Most smartphones these days have HDMI out. You can do wireless HDMI, but obviously you need the kit for that, and it's not that reliable yet.
So one of the aspects I'm asking is, in your opinion, TV, is do you think this thing will be irrelevant or what do you call it? Go out of date? As technology is evolving really freaking
well, technically,
fast.
it's already out of date. That's the worst thing because it released with Tegra 3. Which Tegra 4 already exists and is significantly more powerful than it. Not to mention the fact that NVIDIA themselves are making the Shield, which you're probably well aware, which is a handheld Android device that can also kick out to a television via mini HDMI. There's also rumors that they're looking into streaming directly to a television with that thing. And that thing can output 4K video. It's it's kind of an impressive piece of kit.
Yeah, boy, damn. Yeah. And then I think Razer has something out like right now. It's like
the Razer Edge.
The Razer.
That's a $1,500 tablet. That's pretty expensive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know the price on it. I just got an email from
That
the
thing's
PR
fucking
people.
killer. Don't get me wrong. You can play Dishonored natively on that machine. That is a PC.
I mean, I was like, wow, this shit, I did not expect this coming. That looks really cool. But okay, so that's in a different realm. But what we're talking about, $100 system, bunch of free games, microtransactions, casual market. I think that it's going to work for the $8 million or the, what is it?
However much
20,000 backers. I don't know how many backers it was. It's going to work for those people. It may get a few more people outside that, but I think it's going to stay niche. It's not going to be like a success in terms of competing with, major consoles. This is a niche market. This was a product made for these niche market, and it's going to work.
Especially now that people are saving their money for the PS4 and the next Xbox. Like, it's almost a bad time for this because people are waiting for the next consoles. Like, maybe release this, when, like, in the middle area between the new ones and the old ones. But now it's like everyone's waiting for these brand new ones, so it seems like a bad time for it.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I think it was like, isn't this extremely late or something? Like, isn't
No, it was on time.
It's on time.
Yeah, in terms of the time that they set, it's on time. It's nothing particularly wrong with that. So it came at the time that they said it would. And the thing is that this is now available for Kickstarter backers, and then a little bit later on, it's going to be on shelves. I mean, they've got to deal with Best Buy and Amazon to sell these things, so they will be on shelves. The question is, will it be on enough shelves, and will it get enough publicity behind it? Because I think their demographic is very splintered. There's this weird schism, right? Where there's people that will buy it to be an emulation box, and the fact this thing is also fully open. Like, you can develop software for it, you can do cool shit with it, and it's quite a nice media box as well. It's a $99 media box. It'll stream media and do all that shit. And then there's the demographic that's actually going to be buying games on it, which is, in my opinion, that the kind of working class family demographic that can't spend $60 on a new game. And I don't fucking blame them for that. That's expensive. And I think that's definitely something that people might be interested in, but will they know about it? Will they know about this machine, and will they want to buy it? Hard to say.
How's it going to be marketed now that it's here? Like, are there going to be TV commercials? How's it going to reach the public?
Yeah, they can't afford TV commercials. I mean, are they relying on word of mouth? Because all the word of mouth they're currently getting is not particularly positive. Reddit's been on a hate train on this thing for the past 6 fucking months. I mean, they claimed it was a scam to begin with and the machine didn't even exist. And now they're claiming, launch lineup sucks, blah, 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 blah.
Doesn't Reddit hate everything, though?
Reddit hates everything. That's not news to anybody. But at the end of the day, Android is limited right now because Android games are designed around touchscreens. This is not a touchscreen system. It is designed around a controller. So you have to convince companies to make games designed for a controller. And this is coming along at the kind of the same time as Shield and GameStick. Yeah, those are these two other consoles that are kind of running an Android. Is that in total going to be enough to convince people to make proper games for this system?
No.
If it is, maybe. Well,
no.
What do you reckon?
I reckon no. I reckon that
why?
In the sense a console will be a failure if they're expecting it to go outside of their niche market and be this huge success and compete and change the face of mobile game, not mobile gaming, but the indie market. I don't think it's going to do anything like that. I think it's going to do exactly what the Kickstarter people wanted it to do, very niche for these people. It's not a console that everybody's gonna go out, run out and buy.
No,
I just think it's tough because like the reason these iPhone games and these little fun niche games are popular is because you already have a phone. And so it's on your phone, it's right there. You need your phone already. So when you're in a waiting room, I can just go over this game. I'm not going to spend all day, playing these phones on my game and then get home and then plug in the console and play those same games on my TV. Like, personally, that's just not going to happen for me. But,
when you sit down on your couch and you turn on your TV, it's time for, interactive movie. It's time for, AAA or even, smaller strategy games and things like that. But not the mini games that you play on your phone. I don't Angry Birds on my television. That's not.
I was just gonna say I have Angry Birds on my television. It runs natively on my TV. So
I think what they're hoping is that people are gonna develop those emulator N64 style games for it, and that's what they're putting all their faith in. Because if you don't, then it's just a bunch of Android games on your TV.
Well, you know, the emulation's already there. It launched with SNES, N64. This thing is probably powerful enough to run most PlayStation 1 games, I would say, emulation-wise. And I can do some of that on my phone. The N64 runs fairly well, depending on the game. You know, I can play Ocarina of Time on my phone. Not that I would, because it's a stupid idea. But the point that has been made there about not wanting to play those, you know, Android games... Fucking helicopter above my house for some reason. The Ouya guys have come to get me. It's like, right, we can get these guys in the air right now.
I don't think they can afford the helicopter unless they spend all $8 million on the helicopter.
Yeah.
Screen just goes black, and then it comes back on, and he's gone.
Pretty much, yeah. The games that are currently on Android don't really work well on a television. They're not designed for that. They're also designed for quick play. Every game that I run into on iOS that ends up with a port to PC, I always complain that the pacing is completely off. Like, good example is Death Rally. Yeah, that was a new version, supposedly a premium game of the old Duke Nukem's Death Rally, right? And the races go on for less than a minute each. You want to know why they go on for less than a minute each? Because it's designed for a phone. And that pacing, that game sucks as a direct result. And you would not sit on a couch in front of a television playing a game where the levels last for a minute. It's not going to happen. That it's completely different. It is ingrained in the design philosophy and the mechanics of the game and the pacing of the game. It's not just the case of, oh, we're going to make this game so it runs on a phone, you can do touchscreen, and that it doesn't have, you know, too high graphical fidelity because it drains the battery. It's way more than that. It goes way beyond that. So
yeah, I feel like people are gonna they're gonna design their games for the iOS, you know, for the phone, for the tablet, for the Android. You know, Android phones, and they're also gonna, you know, design a version for the Ouya, but they're not gonna put all their faith in that. Like, maybe, you know, design it so it also works on that, but I think they're, you know, invested in the actual iPhone version or the, you know, smartphone version.
Yeah,
I don't know, guys. I don't really like the Ouya. I don't know, talk about it no more. It's boring me.
I don't see how core games work.
Hold on, if we're using it for emulation, I'd recommend you just go out and buy an original system. Go and get the original game so you're holding the original controller in your hand, getting the authentic experience. I think, well, I guess TVs nowadays have less input for those, you know, the old school inputs.
Good luck buying an RF connector on a smart TV, man.
Yeah.
Well, even then, I'd trust NVIDIA to make something. I like NVIDIA as an actual company with like a bunch of money. I trust them more than some random Kickstarted company to do something big.
How about this? I respect them for going out and following their dream and making this shit happen. I always love those types of people, but this is not for me.
There you go.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I don't think that machine is marketed to any of us, so I guess it doesn't really matter. You know, I hope
I can do it all on my computer.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I can emulate Wii on my computer in 1080p. So, do I give a fuck about emulating SNES on my television? Probably not. But it's something that I hope is successful because more competition in the industry is always good. And I also hope that if it is successful, we get more good Android games that are designed around controllers and not around touchscreens, which goes back to the idea of saying, hey, 1 minute gaming is not what I want out of Android. You know, I want to.
How about these bigger companies and these bigger consoles do better fucking shit for indies so that they can get on these bigger consoles?
That's apparently what PS4 is doing. Every developer I've talked to has said Sony is going out of its way to make PS4 a really attractive machine for indie devs.
Dude, guys, I'm
that already kills the Ouya. Like, that already kills the Ouya.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I'm serious.
Well,
I am really, really, you know, Sony is really stepping their game up. And unless Microsoft blows me the fuck away in April, I'm thinking that Sony is going to win this next generation.
There's not a single indicator that Microsoft is actually going to announce something that's good. Like,
yeah, and in fact, there's a lot of indicators they're going to announce things that I don't agree with.
Forced Kinect integration, more focus on Kinect games. We've heard always on, we've heard no used games, we've heard DRM out the wazoo, and we've heard not a single fucking thing about the power of the machine and what's going to be on it. That's what's really
greatest thing is that Kinect 2 is in it and it can read more skeletals.
Don't give a shit.
Really?
It's bad.
Really? You fucking morons. You're going to give me another fucking Kinect proving that you just beta tested that fucking Kinect. I paid $120. I don't know how much it was for that. To be in a goddamn beta test for your Kinect 2? Fuck you, Microsoft. Literally,
hey, Joe.
I love the Xbox, and I was like, holy shit, this is badass.
Joe, hold on for a
Joe,
second.
I just have a quick question. How many heart attacks have you had? Is there like a number?
I don't know, man.
How's your blood pressure doing?
That's a good idea. Maybe I should check on my health.
I feel like Xbox has just shifted from like, okay, we're making a bunch of games for like the hardcore people, and then they're like, oh, we're going casual now, like family friendly.
Did you see that too?
Yeah, PS3's
That's why I was
though.
like, Xbox, I don't need anything else because the games are here, and now all of a sudden it's connect. But hey,
Joe, Steel Battalion.
Are you that is a travesty, dude. Did you play the original Steel Battalion?
Yes,
I did. I played the original.
I have the fucking controller. I can go get it. It's in the.
It has an eject button under a plastic thing that you have to flip up.
sent me the controller again. I mean, this was some of my favorite memories as a child. This big fucking 40-button controller, big startup sequence, and I was like, oh my god, and you know what? When I was a little kid, I built a cardboard box. I literally went to the HEB in the back of the it's a grocery store. I got this big box so that I could get inside it, and I was like, make believe I was in a real mech. That shit is what I like, these gaming experiences. And then they took Steel Battalion and said, you know what would be a great idea? Steel Battalion without the fucking controller. Oh my god, guys. I don't know who puts these people in charge. I really don't. Oh my god.
Tune in for Angry Joe's next YouTube video. Angry Joe has a stroke.
Who would be surprised?
Not a bloody person on this earth.
I really am concerned about the next generation Xbox Durango or whatever they're gonna call it next, because that's, oh man.
I just want to hear the prices. That's really my big thing. Like, I want to know how much. I don't think the PS4 price has been announced, has it?
From what we've heard, it's going to be less than $599 and it's not going to have a Ridge Racer game, which is good. But we'll see. We might get some giant enemy crab nonsense out of them. We might not. Ridge Racer. No.
God of War meets Ridge Racer.
In a historical feudal Japan setting, obviously. It's what it is. It's God of War Ridge Racer kart racing in the Genji universe.
Then it shifts into Uncharted.
Yeah, for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
There's an entire level on the back of a giant enemy crab that is actually a Titan from God of War. It's genius. It can't fail.
Yep.
It cannot fail. That's... oh, God. Anyway, yes, I think it's probably about time that we sort of wrap this up, and then we'll go to a quick break, and then we'll come back. We'll do a few host topics. I've got about an hour left of the show, so we can do that before we get too more angry about this.
Yeah.
Gaming sucks. What's happening? Oh,
it's not looking good for Microsoft. I mean, hopefully the Sony thing can make up for it. But it's getting. I don't understand. I really don't. The consoles are becoming more and more like PCs. We already have PCs, so I don't know, man.
I just wanted Banjo 3, and I never got it.
I wanted Conquer. I want a next generation Conquer, man. Conquer's bad fur day.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, that game's amazing.
Fucking awesome, man.
I love drunk squirrel. I love it.
God damn it.
It's a good thing. And you're not having it. Never. You'll never get it.
Okay.
What are we talking about? Bullshit?
Yeah.
Fucking Microsoft next console? I forgot what the topic was.
We hate video games.
War Z?
No, I love video games.
I think we were talking about the War Z.
No, we weren't. What the fuck were we talking about?
Apparently, we hate video games. Let's go to a break, and then we'll come back. We've got host topics, so you guys can tell us exactly how much you hate video games. We'll be right back. This may be the Game Station podcast. I'm not sure anymore. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Game Station podcast.
Yay!
We get angry and depressed here today.
Yay!
It's a sad day.
I feel like it's the lack of Jesse that's making us angry and depressed. Usually it's just angry at him.
Yeah.
And maybe depressed also as a result of him being there, but I don't know. It seems like a less jolly show as a result.
He's a very jolly human being.
He's a very
Very
jolly man.
jolly.
Jolly is a good word for it.
Mm-hmm. If I were to dress anyone up as Santa, it would be him. But I wouldn't let him anywhere near children. Just
It's a great quote for the books.
It's high quality. Speaking of high quality, no doubt, Crendor, you've come up with a fantastic topic for our host topic discussion.
I did. So I'm amazing at coming up with quality entertainment.
I'm sorry, that was mean. Continue.
No, it wasn't. Anyway, I was taking a look at all the games that are being remade. And, for example, there's DuckTales, there's Age of Empires 2.
Oh my gosh, I'm so mad. You just took my topic. You totally just took my topic.
Seriously?
I did.
Wow.
Do we have a joint topic? Can this be
No,
ours?
this is mine. I've stolen it.
As the
It's
resident
my-
consultant on this show, I feel that I have to tell you this is actually my topic.
You guys fucking suck.
Well, I'm glad you
It's
picked
not
me
my
first
topic. I'm the man.
I'm glad you picked me first then, because now it's mine. And
You can have joint ownership of it.
No.
if I get 80%.
All
right, come on with it.
Crendor,
Anyway.
the next time she meets you, she's going to
Bye.
punch you in the throat. That's going to happen. I can see it. Jesus Christ.
No, you can finish. You can finish explaining
Okay.
it. And I'll
Well,
jump in.
I already bought Age of Empires 2 HD because I don't even care. The first ever PC game I played was Age of Empires, and so I have the nostalgia factor that going on there. And
It helps that it's a fucking brilliant game.
it does. It is extremely fun. I loved all the Age of Empires games, actually. There was one that nobody ever knew about was Empires Dawn of the Modern World. And it was made by the guy that made Age of Empires and Empire Earth and all those games.
Oh, yeah, that one. I remember that one.
Yeah, it was really fun. And it was like popular when it first started. And then it just kind of like stopped for whatever reason. And it was like really fun. And I tried to like make a thing on GOG for it, but it's got like 100 and some, I don't know. Go vote it up because it's an awesome game.
We'll fix that. That's
Yeah.
Empire's Dawn of Modern World is an interesting one, and it's not very well known at all, and people get kind of they think it's
Even
Empire
at
Earth and it's not.
It had like 80s. Like it was a really good game, and it was I don't know why it didn't do better than it did. But anyway, it's this whole thing of remaking all these games that's getting popular, and I think it's because they see that people love nostalgia and they want to go back and play the games they love, and it's just like, hey, why don't we just remake it and make it look better and maybe fix some bugs and add a few new things? And it's like, oh.
I mean, I've got to say, like, my opinion on that is that's actually fine. You know what I would really kill for? A proper remake of XCOM. Not whatever they've got now, not that Firaxis thing. A proper remake of XCOM. Fix the fucking interface. Yeah? Put it in HD.
Oh, yeah.
Fix the interface. Make it not suck, because... let me tell you a little story. I was thinking about, what if I did a little series, kind of a mini-series, on the games that kind of shaped me as I was growing up, right? And the first one that came to mind, one of my favorite games, was Diggers. Diggers was a game, well, it was kind of about digging. It was kind of Lemmings-ish. You had a team of 5 diggers of one of 4 different races, and the point of the level was to make as much money as possible and set up this kind of giant kind of mining operation, and you operated it all yourself. And you also had to deal with the fact that underground there were like skeletons trying to kill you and fucking dinosaurs, and there was a rival group of diggers that were also trying to kill you. And it was a pretty complex game. And I went and I loaded it up into DOSBox. I'm like, wow, this actually looks good. Like, the art style stands the test of time. It was actually very LucasArts-esque in terms of its art style. It looked very, very cool. And then I tried to play it. And the interface doesn't make any fucking sense, because it was designed in the goddamn 90s, where no interface made any fucking sense. And I just couldn't figure out how to play it anymore. I had no idea. And honestly, I would love to see a game like that, or XCOM, remade with an interface that makes sense for modern keyboard mouse controls and just modern gamers in general.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
kind of going off what he said, like that was my phone. My topic was going to be, like, I recently did, my top 5 show came back to The Escapist, and I kind of entered my series with top 5 video game comebacks, and I listed the top 5 franchises that I thought, made awesome comebacks. And so I guess I was going to ask you guys what franchises you think should make a comeback that, haven't already.
That's cool. Well, I mean, we can totally do that as the second topic. I'd say that's separate enough. But, you know, let's focus on Crendors in the first place then. So, is there anyone here that actually just hates the notion of just HD remakes? They just dislike them in general?
If they're lazy about it and they don't fix shit and they basically re-release the same fucking game and don't upgrade the visuals, don't fix the bugs from the original, then yeah, I hate it. But no, it has to be a nostalgic game. It has to be a game that's worth re-releasing. That freaking original XCOM idea would be freaking awesome, TV. You know, you and me love XCOM. You know what? Take that game, just like you said, interface. But did you see the pictures of the alien concepts that never made it into the game?
Yeah.
I would love to see those aliens be put in, you know, as something to spice up the formula. And yeah, I would totally buy that shit all day, every day on the side of the street.
That's pretty much, I mean, it's pretty much what they're trying to do with Xenonauts, but the thing is they're making it kind of in the Cold War era, and they're making some of their own changes with it. And, you know, in that case, I think it's just, you just need an HD remake of that game. That, with a better interface, and that's all you really need. Now,
that's all I wanted for, like, Empire Earth, I was like, oh, Empire Earth 2, they're just gonna make the same game, but, like, better. And it was just like, no, we'll just revamp.
I don't know, I mean, Empire Earth 2 had some good elements, but then you look at stuff like Empire Earth 3, and it's fucking garbage.
That game was awful.
Trash.
You are a strategy gamer, Crendor. Hell yeah.
Well, that's because, like, I started with Age of Empires, then I had Age of Empires 2, and then I played Empire Earth. That was, like, the first online game I had, and that was just, like, I loved it. Because it was, like, the community was so good, because there's people that just played, like, Pre-to-Space, because you had, like, 15 ages you could play through. And so people would just play that, or you could play in, like, solely the medieval age, which was, like...
Yeah.
A lot of people,
I
played
would
that
always
a lot.
skip the first two epochs because you didn't have farms there, and it was fucking irritating to micromanage, like, gathering food and shit.
Yeah. But it was, like, cool because, like, there's just, like, different communities. Like, some people only played medieval ages, some people only played industrial, some people only played modern, some only played space. And then it was just, like, it made it, like, different strategies in each one, too. And it was such, like, a good community, and people were like, oh, well, in Empire 2, all they're going to do is, like, make the graphics better and, like, balance a little bit more and, like, make the custom civilizations better and all that. Because the big thing with that game was custom civilizations, because unlike all these other RTS games, you had, everyone had the same units. So it's, like, it's balanced because everyone can make the same things, and all you do is you have custom civilizations. So you're like, oh, I want to make archers, so I'm going to have a bunch of archer bonuses this game, and so you could make that. But if you are getting countered, you could be like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to make the counter instead of my archers because it'd be better strategy for this game. And that's what made it so much fun. And then they were like, hey, what if we just get rid of that entire concept for the next one? And it was like, oh, great, that's cool. So
Empire Earth also had one of the best opening sequences I've ever seen.
I know, I love that.
Oh my god, was that cool as fuck.
It was.
Wow, I'm gonna have to show guys on the little window because it is just incredible.
The opening song is still stuck in my head too. It's like dun 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 dun. So good.
It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just explained why we do HD remakes, because we react this way. This is nostalgia. Yeah. The funny thing is, I went back to play Empire Earth, and it is still a fine fucking RTS. Like, it is totally playable. It's got great UI choices. It's good.
Yeah. Like, the guy who made Age of Empires. Like, he's good at making RTS games. And that's why Empire's Dawn of the Modern World was so good. It's just, like, nobody found out about it. But it's like, I just want him to remake it. Just remake it and...
Yeah, I don't think there's anything necessarily bad about it. I think of all of the trends that are currently going on with gaming when it comes to monetizing and rehashing, I think HD remakes are one of the least offensive, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I don't have a single problem with that, especially when it comes to PC, because a lot of this shit was on DOS, yeah? And you can DOS box it, yes, but it's really low resolution, it's got a lot of interface problems, there's all sorts of issues with it. And then you look at consoles, like, well, what other option do you have? It's either that or emulate. Which would you prefer? I don't mind supporting these developers, especially the old school devs that really deserve it, instead of just taking stuff and downloading a ROM or whatever. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Well, he did that with Banjo-Kazooie, too. Then Xbox Live. They remade it, and then they just sell it on their like arcade thing for Microsoft points, and it's like a bunch of people bought it, and they're like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
Well, they did it for Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, which I think was probably the best idea. Funnily enough, Shadow of the Colossus doesn't actually look any different. It's because, oh yeah, that actually looks really good on PlayStation and PlayStation 2, so turns out it still looks pretty good now. But I bought that simply because I want to give more of my money to the people that made Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
No kidding. Thank you.
Yep.
Where the fuck?
Oh yeah,
is that
Jesse
Guardian?
bought Ico because me and Jesse, when I was in LA like a month ago, we were at the Sony store and they're like, "We're having a sale on everything," and he like looked at everything and there was nothing he wanted, and then there was like the Ico series, and he was like, "Holy
Ico and
shit,
Shadow of the Colossus,
I'm buying this."
It's an experience, man. I never beat Shadow of the Colossus, but what I played of it, it was an experience. I wouldn't call it a fun game in the same way that I wouldn't call Spec Ops: The Line a fun game. I would call it an experience, and there's very...
I thought it was fun. I had fun with it.
I was horribly frustrated.
I agree that it's more of an experience.
Yeah, I was horribly frustrated by most of that. Lots and lots of riding horse.
Lots of riding the horse across the countryside.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was like a puzzle because you're trying to figure out how to get to the fucking Colossus to begin with.
Yeah, well, I think that's what the whole game was. I thought it was a puzzle game of like, you know,
it basically
is
a puzzle
figuring
game.
out how to do it, not necessarily doing it, but figuring out how to do it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And if I was looking towards HD remakes, like Dungeon Keeper, prime example, most of the older Command & Conquer games, I would love to see tightened up. I would love to see the more modernized interface put in there to make things a lot slicker. Hell, StarCraft Brood War. I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
everyone wants that, you know, a fully HD, widescreen StarCraft Brood War. Damn right, I would play that to death.
Yeah, and it'd probably be a little bit better than Heart of the Swarm.
Oh.
It's better.
Sorry, man, I'm too embedded with Heart of the Swarm to agree with you there. Like, they've done...
The single player, what I'm talking about is the single player campaign. Obviously, multiplayer has evolved to the point where, I mean, that was amazing and what they did there. But the single player campaign, it was fucking sucked. I mean, it was like basically like teaching me a MOBA mechanics. Too much focus on basically the gimmicks in that game. So
that's what Wings of Liberty was, though, as well. There
was way more variety. There was more traditional.
Really? I don't know. I
base
played both of
building
them. I don't agree with you.
Well, I think Heart of the Swarm's single player campaign is weaker than Wings of Liberty, but the multiplayer aspect is stronger, just because that's where they put all their focus.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with you on that, but we could actually go on all day about it, so I'm going to make sure we don't. Let's save that for a future show. But none of us seems to hate HD remakes. What's the argument against them other than it wastes development time that could be spent on new IP, or that it's milking people for cash?
I was gonna kind of bring that up too. Like, would you rather have them spend time and money on an HD remake of a game you love, or would you rather have them spend that time making another game in that series that you love?
I don't think it's mutually exclusive. I think that, honestly, if you have a successful HD remake of an existing game within a franchise, it increases the chances that a publisher will greenlight another one in that series, right? That's how it seems like it will work to me. Maybe I'm completely wrong there.
I was thinking that too. Like, wouldn't they'd be like, "Oh, this game actually sells really well. We're gonna like actually get back into making this."
Yeah.
Yeah, you start with that, and it opens the door.
Yeah, because you can't really come back and say, well, all right, after 10 years, we're going to make another game in this franchise. And then you're kind of banking on people remembering what it was. And it's like, ooh, that's risky. That's a lot of money. Game development these days is very expensive, especially if you want to make it to the standard of the AAAs. You've got to spend a lot of money, and you can't do that without knowing that there is a base there to buy it.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
That makes sense to me. Is anything else on the subject of HD remakes? Or we could sit here 20 minutes saying, oh, I really wish they remade this. Oh, I really wish they remade this. But
well, I want to talk about what Lisa was talking about, the comebacks,
Yes. That leads nicely into it. So, was that pretty much the topic, Lisa, or was there anything you want to add to it?
No, I mean, that's actually, it's kind of in the same ballpark, but that's more, what games would you want to see remade? And I'm kind of talking about, similarly, what games do you want to just have a rebirth?
Yeah.
Kind of come back with a vengeance that you just didn't expect.
Yeah, more to the point as well, when you're talking about rebirth, you're also talking about the idea of fairly significant change. Because if you look at, say, Tomb Raider as a recent example,
right,
there are significant changes in that game versus the other Tomb Raider games. Well, for one thing, there's way less raiding of fucking tombs. Secondly, the platforming is completely different. Combat is completely different. You know, it's a cover-based shooter versus what the other Tomb Raider games, which were... How would you best describe it? I mean, they're 3D platformers. Probably the best action platformers. Probably the best way to describe it.
It's a lot of puzzle. Tomb Raider always had a lot of puzzles, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's less puzzle. There's definitely less puzzle in the remade Tomb Raider in the new version, which is good to me, by the way, because I fucking hate puzzles. But you know, I guess for
I don't like puzzles either, but I felt like they could have had more puzzles and made these puzzles fun, updated the puzzles for the current generation.
Possibly. Yeah. I'm kind of glad that they put them off to the side, really, if I'm totally honest.
Oh man, I cannot wait. Cannot wait to share with you guys my list of games that need to come back.
Well, Lisa, since you started the topic, why don't you give us your list first?
You know, I mean, one of the reasons that I asked you guys is because, I mean, like I said, I spent a lot of time kind of narrowing down, you know, this video that I just released that after it was all said and done is when I was like, like, I wonder what I want to make a comeback. And, of course, I always go to my go-tos. Like, I'd love to see some kind of crazy HD, you know, sequel of Grim Fandango come back. I mean, we've already talked about that, but that's one of my favorite games of all time that I felt was incredible and then was just kind of left out in the dust. Like, I would love to see another Psychonauts come back and just, you know. Yeah. I thought the concept of that game was incredible.
Funny that you mentioned Psychonauts, of course, because there was rumors of Psychonauts 2, and then they basically came out and said this is the amount of money that would take. Funnily enough, Notch said, yeah, I'll pay for it, and then they told him how much it would cost, and like, I don't want to pay for it now. But funnily enough, Notch is actually responsible for another rebirth, which is Age of Wonders. He has partially funded Age of Wonders 3. And
holy fuck, dude, I've seen videos of Age of Wonders 3. I'm into it. I want to do that shit. Oh, hell yeah, man. Who's Notch? I don't know what you're talking about.
What? Are you fucking serious?
Minecraft.
Oh, Notch is Minecraft. See, I'm not a Minecraft guy.
The guy that made Minecraft, yeah. It's
anything
kind of a big
about
deal.
that. Well, God bless that guy because Age of Wonders 3 looks fucking awesome. I'm excited for that. I think that's right around the corner, too.
There's a pre-alpha play demo that came out from GDC a couple of days ago. The studio is Triumph. It is looking legitimate. Age of Wonders Shadow Magic. If you haven't played an Age of Wonders game, go to GOG, buy Age of Wonders Shadow Magic. It is phenomenal turn-based fantasy strategy. It is so good. But yeah, well, Age of Wonders is making a comeback. You know, so that's one series, I guess. Psychonauts, as you said, does it even? I've got to be honest. I played a few hours of Psychonauts. It wasn't really my thing because it's more of a platformer than anything else. And I also heard horror stories about the meat circus. I assume you beat Psychonauts, right?
Forever ago, yes.
Yeah.
My thing is that I love funny games. I think humor in games is really, really hard to do. So I think when people do it right, that game just kind of earns a spot in my heart. So, yeah, I loved it because of just kind of how colorful and creative it was, how you're like in people's minds, and again, because it was so funny. So that's the reason that I really liked it. But yeah, I did beat it forever ago, so I couldn't even.
So I suppose the question is, do you want a sequel to Psychonauts, or do you want something in the style of? Did it feel like a game that needed a sequel? I want another Psychonauts. I don't know how, but I want another Psychonauts, and I want another Grim Fandango. But again, that one, like the ending of Grim Fandango was so conclusive. Like it ended so wonderfully that I don't know. Maybe a prequel to Grim Fandango would be amazing. So maybe that's the way to go. Kind of like the origins of where Manny Calavera kind of came from and started this whole gig. And, you know, what was he like as a human before he came into the world of the dead? I don't know. I think that would be amazing. So. Yeah.
I'm anxious to hear Joe's list here.
All right. Okay. Let's Joe, unleash. So what do you want?
Unleash. Here you go. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
wrote them down? What the fuck are you doing?
Hell yes, dude. Because I want to see how many people in the comments, and we'll look at them later, fucking agree with me, okay? And we'll go through them real quick because there's too many to talk about each one. And okay, so how about Shenmue? How about Chrono Trigger? How about Killer Instincts?
Killer Instinct, I got to agree with that. Considering the current state of fighting games, why the hell is there no other Killer Instinct game? That game was great.
What the fuck are you doing, Rare?
Yeah.
God, you piss me off so much. Okay, and then, of course, X-Wing, Battlefront. We already talked about that, but we may never see that again. Fuck you, Disney. And now here are some obscure ones you may not know about. BioWare's the Kung Fu game. What is that called? Jade Empire?
Jade Empire.
I would love to see another Kung Fu RPG. That was fucking cool. Not many people bought that game, but that was cool. If they could just evolve those mechanics for what we're doing these days, that'd be really cool. Kung Fu RPG. Okay, and this one nobody knows about. Okay, it's an Xbox game. It's called Gladius. Anybody hear it?
Yes.
You know what Gladius is?
Gladius or great? Wait, what did it say again? Gladius or Gradius?
No, Gladius, which is basically like an RPG. It was 4-player cooperative RPG, and the combat was basically like turn-based. It was sort of like a, you know.
Okay, yes, I do know what you're talking about then. Yes.
Oh man, that was so cool, and you fight in arenas, and it was just awesome. We bought chicken nuggets, you know, Chick-fil-A, and we all sat down, and all 4 of us were playing an RPG.
Well, that's an endorsement if I've ever heard it. We bought chicken nuggets. 10 out of 10.
No, it's not an endorsement. This is just something that we used to do that was just so awesome for us. A 4-player RPG that you could sit down and enjoy together for hours on end. And there is no experience like that. You know, Gladius needs to come back. And then finally, my top game that needs to return, my best online experience ever, Chrome Hounds. Literally, you can build your own fucking mech, find the best pieces to this mech, go in an online persistent world where battles rage across continents, and you go and you fight, and oh my god, Chrome Hounds was so fucking awesome. So those are my list of games that need to come back. I hope you guys agree on all those.
Man, that could have been a 35-minute video on your channel, man. You need to do that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, fucking turn that into a top 10. You know it. Everyone will watch that.
Go into depth on
I'm going to do mine first so I can get the views. Fuck you. But I'm the consultant.
There was one other that I know there's one other that I'm missing, but I'll think of it later. WowCrendor, you got any that you want to see come back?
Chrono Trigger is a good one. That's a good one on that list.
Yeah, man, it's a freaking RPG. We would love to see. And I would love to see
a game that's been remade 5,000 fucking times on every format ever.
Well, I don't want it to change completely and go like, you know, it needs to stay in its.
What, you mean like Chrono Cross?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. So yeah, those franchises, and you know, Sega's got some franchises that need to come back. I can't.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully not fuck them up. Running for the best.
Missing something.
That'd be cool. Oh my god, I want. Have they remade Turtles in Time?
Oh my god.
Because
yeah, they did.
There was two Turtle games on Xbox Live. Yeah, that were good. The one came out, it wasn't all that great, and then another one came out that was better.
Yeah. Well, I like
they're making more games. There's a Turtles game coming.
Yeah, there's another one. Turtles in Time Reshell was really bad. Like I played it and it was a really lazy remake and it wasn't any fun to play. It was highly repetitive, which to be fair, so was the original. But back then it was really awesome and it doesn't stand the test of time. It doesn't have complex enough combat mechanics and interesting enough enemies to really justify playing it. So that's in itself a bit of a concern.
I pretty much went over all mine that I liked in my previous rant. What about, I'd actually like if they remade Battlefield 1942, like the original first ever one. Well, they kind of
did in 1943. They did Battlefield 1943, but it was console only.
Oh, well, that's the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. Why they thought that was good. It's like, hey, you know this million-selling franchise on PC? Yeah, we're going to make a console-only remake of it. Like, what? No. Just, the annoying thing is they promised, they even opened pre-orders for the PC version, and they never released it. They just didn't even fucking bother. It was terrible. Like, yeah, I would play the hell out of that because it's just, playing combat in the World War II is way more fun than jet combat in any of the other games.
Yeah.
It's just better. As simple as that, really.
You know what was fun is Alpha Centauri.
Yes, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri and Alien Crossfire, which, funnily enough, is all on GOG and works totally fine to this day. You can still play it and it's still great, and I'd suggest that you do.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for a proper 4X space game that doesn't completely suck or is broken at release. Maybe we would like to see redo Masters of Orion like 4 or something, but don't make it as a boring and complicated as 3. That was a disaster.
The funny thing about 3 was a spreadsheet simulator, and it was a macro management simulator.
Oh my god, I tried so hard to like that game.
Here's what happened with 3, right? What they heard was, there's too much micromanagement in Master of Orion, which is true. There is, yeah? That when you get late game and the battles are horrible because you can only move one ship at a time and you have too big a fleet and it's dreadful. And like the micromanagement for all your colonies is a pain in the ass. So the problem is that with 3, they said, let's take all of that control away from you wherever possible. And the game ran itself, basically. And the battles were boring as hell. And worst thing, they took away all the character of that game. The cool thing about that game is it had this really awesome pixel art style. It was really colorful. Had very Star Trek-like aliens and things like that.
Yes, like what I was talking about, the conversations, and there would be,
One's just a giant cat. It's just
awesome.
For no reason. It's just a race of giant cats. There's one that's a rock. And the rock talks, and it's got all of its got a backstory and everything. And then you've got what 3 was, which was just a horribly boring, bland game. Now, Star Drive, which is coming out, looks like it might be the game that kind of fixes that. I've got the beta of it. I haven't really dipped too much into it.
What the fuck is with that guy? Does he have, like, fucking Superman microscopic vision? Because everything in that game is fucking
small.
tiny. I feel like an old man. Like, literally, I feel like an old dude complaining about tiny-ass fucking text, tiny-ass fucking ships, tiny-ass planets. I want to see detail. Why doesn't he make, like, he needs to make, like, a big version of it, like a big head mode or something for this 4X game, because when I'm looking at things that are so small, I'm doing this the entire time, and I can't stand it.
There's a lot of information on the screen, and that's like one of the things that 4X games.
Star Drive, oh my god, it looks good. It's got all the good mechanics there. It has that cool, the interesting races with the owls, and they talk to you, and you're like, what do you guys think of my race?
Samurai Bears. The fucking Samurai Bears is an entire race in that game.
Fucking awesome. Samurai Bears, there's Wolverines.
They speak in poetry as well. It's just wonderful. And that is exactly what I want out of a game like that. I mean, the weird thing about the game is it isn't kind of turn-based real-time, that weird combo of where, turns kind of, they run in real-time.
It's sort of like Sins of a Solar, what is it? Sins of a Solar Empire, but and I love the ground combat in it. That is really unique. That's cool. I love that, but like I said, it needs a big mode so that I can see
everything. Or you just need to get a bigger monitor.
I feel like an old dude playing that game.
It's got a ways to go, but it's looking promising. Eventually, I hope to just be able to sit down for a week and play that, because me
too.
I will get into that. I did it with Endless Space. I mean, it took me about a week to figure out that I didn't really like Endless Space.
No, but the combat in that, no.
The combat, that's just like card mechanics, and there's a lot of problems with that game. But to be fair, all credit to them, they are fixing that, and they're making a lot of updates. But 4X games, man, where the hell did they go?
I would love to see a return of that. Oh my god,
sad.
So awesome.
It's kind of sad.
If they remade Star Fox.
Yeah, they made it for the 3DS. Star Fox 64.
Leave me alone.
What the fuck?
All right. Oh my god! You know what I bought for like $4? Oh.
Yeah, that was a game. I love that game. So was Rise of Legends, actually, which is the follow-up to that, which was this weird. It was a fantasy version but it had like a steampunk race and a race of psionic beings and stuff. That was cool. That had some really awesome design in it.
I never played that though.
It was.
Is it like the actual Rise of Nations?
Yes, for the most part, in places. It is kind of special. That game had a lot of really cool ideas, and it had some really awesome design. And we're never going to see it again because, of course, Big Huge Games that were responsible for that tied up with 38 Studios, which is now dead. GG. God damn it. Once again, we hate video games. There you go. God, I'm depressed.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Who was it this time?
All right, what were we saying?
We're gonna do a podcast, or what's going on? You're gonna?
No, I've never. This has never happened. Nobody bothers me.
No
like
one
this,
ever comes to my house.
Nobody ever. So, what are we talking about? Is it my turn yet?
You did your turn, bastard.
No, I didn't.
At the door.
Yeah,
How did I did my turn?
You went through. Oh, for your topic. Okay, I haven't even finished with my remakes yet. I want a few remakes. Damn it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. What do you got?
I want to see another Star Trek: Birth of the Federation.
Oh my god,
that game.
We have like fucking exact same brains. Oh my god, I would love to see that. You know, there were so many fan attempts to remake that game and turn
they
it.
all failed. All
yes.
Of them. Yeah.
Oh my god.
There was like 4 different fan attempts, all with different names, trying to remake Birth of the Federation. Birth of the Federation was a 4X strategy game based in the Star Trek universe. It had a crippling problem in that it had this massive memory leak, that everything would fucking slow down.
Oh my god.
It had some other balance issues as well, but they were mostly fixed with mods. That game was fucking cool.
Oh,
you could do diplomacy in that game. You would fight the Borg. You could play
and random events would happen. You would run into like monsters and a guardian.
The crystalline entity, the guardian of whatever the balls it was. Yeah, that was the technical name. But you could even play as the Ferengi, which was actually a great race because their ships sucked ass. But you could build so many of them that it didn't really matter. The combat was, like, it wasn't strategic, but it was really cinematic. It looked like what you'd expect Star Trek combat to look like. Graceful. And you could get, like, the really smaller ships that would kind of zip around and strafe, and then the larger ships that would slowly turn and just fire volleys of photon torpedoes. It was so cool, and they never remade it. And
oh my god,
so
you
upsetting.
are a man after my heart. That you took that one right out of. That is right, dude. We need to make a game company and fucking make these things.
Make Birth of the Federation again, man.
God damn it.
We could definitely got to do it. Also, the other one that I would say Star Trek wise, I want another Starfleet Command. Like, there are there are 3 Starfleet Command games, not including the expansions. 3 kind of sucked because they dumbed it down. Yeah. They went down. 2 was like almost a just amazing interpretation of the board game. Yeah, because it's a tabletop game, Starfleet Command, and it's pretty complicated. But they did such a cool interpretation of it. They also had all these races that I'd never heard of. The Hydrons. Who the fuck knows about the Hydrons? They had an entire... You could play as the Gorn. Like, nobody gives a fuck about the Gorn. The only people that know about the Gorn are from that original stupid Star Trek episode with the worst fight of all time. They fleshed them out to an entire race.
You know, before Fleet Command, I would do Federation Academy or Klingon Academy, where you're actually commanding a ship and your friends are on the same ship, sort of like what Star Citizen is going to do, where you can have multiple people on a ship. Yeah. Oh man. Getting me excited again, making me happy after all that depression and anger.
Well, it's going to make you sad again because that game isn't out at all. But it's never going to happen. Yeah, Starfleet Command definitely. Is there, Republic Commando 2. Star Wars.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Republic Commando 2.
I wasn't really.
Are you kidding me? That was like the best Star Wars game. Fucking.
You know what? It's not fair because I only played, I think, like the opening, and the opening wasn't that great. But people said you need to.
It's only like 6 hours long. It's easy to beat. That is an amazing game. That was almost like playing a kind of a version of Rainbow Six in the Star Wars universe. It was.
That sounds cool. I need to go back and play it then.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
How about this, TB? Star Wars Rebellion.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That was awesome because you could ferry troops back and forth. You got the different planets and it would show green and red.
Build a Death Star. A legit Death Star. And it didn't even render in the game because it was so big it was a sprite in the background.
Oh, man. No, that was a real...
and the X-Wings flew backwards. All of the fighter ships flew backwards because they didn't model the turning.
Yeah, and they were like, Eee! Oh, my God, the fighters. And it was just so awesome.
It was actually dreadful. But it was fun. Awful.
You guys really like your space games.
Yeah, you think? Let me talk about Free Space 3. Let me talk about Star Lancer 2 for a second. I mean, God. We could go on and on about that. But
did you kickstart Star Citizen?
Duh. Of course I did.
All right, man. Somebody needs to do a 4X. I'll kickstart the shit out of that.
Yeah. I really will. And probably the last one on the list, Dungeon Keeper. But we're getting that wish because War for the Overworld, which we successfully kickstarted, is on its way, which looks like it is going to be a good spiritual successor to that game.
I completely missed out on that. What are you talking about? Is it like another Dungeon Keeper?
Dungeon Keeper 3. Basically, it's even got Peter Molyneux's blessing. They just can't use the Dungeon Keeper name because EA still has the rights to it. But, yeah, they're basically just making a new Dungeon Keeper.
I've never played the Dungeon Keeper games, so...
God, they're so good. Dungeon Keeper 2 is on GOG, and it's fucking good.
These are all good ideas, man. Yeah. Really good ideas.
I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, buy it right now. Buy Dungeon Keeper 2 and play it. We can even play some multiplayer, because it does have that. Joe, okay, let's have your topic. We've got about maximum 20 minutes left in the show, so let's go.
Well, no, my talk, I was gonna, kind of bring it up when you said, like, hey, what are you guys doing this week? And I was gonna bring up the fact that, you guys know I'm a huge DC nut, comics nut, and they're coming out with Injustice, so I've been doing a lot of vlogs on, like, they had a tournament, it was like Battle Arena, where who would win in a fight, and I was doing comic book analysis, but it pretty much breaks down to which superhero is more popular. But I know I knew who was going to end up at the top. Superman, Batman. It's about to happen. Right now, I'm working on the video.
Batman. Yeah, that's only going to go one way, let's be honest. It's like, congratulations, you guys picked the only guy who's not a legit superhero versus the strongest man in the universe. Smart.
Dude, Batman is the more popular hero. Bat fans are they think he can beat anybody. He can be like Galactus. He can beat Spectre. He can beat God. All it is he could because he's Batman. But anyway, like, so I've been working on these videos, and literally I went through all of my old comics. I've been going through all of my old comics, and I'm going to create the ultimate argument on why Superman beats Batman, putting the finishing touches on it right now. So excited about that. And I was also excited about the Injustice game. I mean, the demo came out just the other day. I did a first impressions video on it. I was a little bit disappointed. There wasn't like a whole lot of pizzazz, but once you get in there, once you see how deep the mechanics are, it starts to open up, and you really think that they've added some new layers of strategy to the gameplay with the wager system, the background elements, environmental elements, and each character has their own. I don't know. I can't call it a special because the specials are like like wind or laser eyes. And it's not an ultimate. It's called, I guess I would call it a special ability. So like Batman has 3 bats that come around him, or Lex Luthor can press a button and he's got like a shield that'll take 1 or 2 of your hits off. And Wonder Woman has different stances, and so they've added a new layer of strategy, sort of different fighting styles, I guess, that you can switch between or different things. And the best thing about this so far that I found from the demo, there's a lot of, possible negatives that I'll get into in the review, but some of the positives is the characters feel the way they should. Like Lex Luthor feels like a villain, a bad guy, just doing real dirty things. And Batman feels the way he should, like getting up close, doing like cracking your ankles and stuff like that. But you have to time his combos. You have to be precise with Batman. So I'm just real excited about that. Well, what I wanted to I was like, the TGS podcast has to go out and help me, because this video I'm going to release, I'm going to try to influence this tournament.
Hang on,
because it's a popularity contest.
What the hell is
and if
this?
I can get the AngryJoe army and your fans, TB, or the TGS podcasters to go and vote Superman, we can like break this tournament, because Batman's going to win, but if enough of us vote Superman, we can, basically shove it in their faces like we did this. So I want Superman to win, and you're gonna see my video, top 10 reasons why Superman beats Batman. So I've been like immersing myself in like DC shit for a while, and so I'm hyped up about the game. And did you hear the announcement? Do you guys hear the announcement for Infinite Crisis, a MOBA?
Yes,
a MOBA.
That's a DC MOBA, right?
Yeah, I love League of Legends. Literally, if I'm not working on my show and I'm not watching movies with my girlfriend, I'm playing League of Legends with her. And, and it's time for me, I'm excited to get something else, and what is more appropriate than having, the superheroes with the, 4 different abilities that you can activate, ultimates and stuff. I think it's really set up for it. I'm super excited for Infinite Crisis and Injustice, and I just wanted to know what you guys think of those 2 games.
Hopefully it's not just like, hey, League of Legends and Dota things are popular, let's just quickly pump one out for our characters.
I'd imagine it's going to be more like Guardians of Middle-earth, right?
Well, no, the first mode, I think they're going to release with a Dominion-style mode first, and then they come out with the Summoner's Rift type mode later. Right. So in that sense, and this also has destructible environments, so your lanes can change. You can basically change the way the map works. And there's also like environmental things, like meteors can come down and slam into things. I think the greatest strength, though, is that it's Infinite Crisis, so there's like 51 different alternate universes. So there's like 6 versions of Batman. There's like Nightmare Batman, Steam Batman, like Gaslight Batman, I guess is what they call him, normal Batman, all sorts of different Batmans, and they're all different champions that work different ways.
It's being developed by Turbine, who are responsible for DDO as well as Lord of the Rings Online.
Yes, though they haven't done a MOBA style game yet, so
Well, to be fair, most people don't make multiple MOBAs, right? They're just like they do a MOBA at some point as part of their thing, and they just don't make a second one after that.
And I think a lot of people are hating on it because it's a MOBA, and it's like, oh, you're just ripping off League of Legends, or you're just ripping Dota. But you know what?
It's a new genre that's popular right now. So
there you go. It's a new genre, just like adventure games were a new genre, and just like FPSs or third-person shooters were a new genre. All these different new genres.
Lisa's been frozen in place for the past 2 minutes, so it's just not really sure what it is.
Sorry, can you see or hear me at all?
I can hear you, yes, but your camera has frozen.
Sorry, for some reason I didn't hear any of Joe's rant or like.
Oh, I gotta tell you.
I don't have any idea what we're talking about.
Joe, you gotta say it.
I just immersed myself in DC Comics. Are you a comic fan? What do you think about Injustice and Infinite Crisis, which is a MOBA-style superhero game that's sort of like League of Legends?
I am a fan of pretty much anything when it comes to superheroes. We were talking about this earlier with BioShock. I just love the idea in video games of just having superpowers and using those over guns and over other weapons. So, I mean, I'm always a fan of superhero games, always.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. A gun it functions one way, but I just think that the MOBA genre is so appropriate for superheroes clashing with each other because, what do superheroes do? They use their special abilities nonstop and different special abilities and ultimates. So I think it fits really well. So
I think it gels pretty well with it. If you look at DC Universe Online, you can see that kind of the limited ability model works very well with superheroes and superhero archetypes. And that works. I mean, that was a good game for what it was. It had its problems, but it wasn't bad. And yeah, I mean, it'll probably work out pretty well. I don't know if I'm going to keep playing it as something like that. I'll try it, obviously, but it's just like, God, another MOBA game. I'm rapidly getting to the point where I can see why you would make MOBA games, and it's good that the genre's starting to fill out, because then this way you start to get the innovation and things like that, which we're currently not getting in any way. But I personally... I play Dota, and it takes a long time to get good at Dota, and I'm nowhere near it. So the last thing I'm going to do is play another MOBA as well. I gave up.
Well, that's the thing. You're right. It takes a lot of time to devote to these different MOBAs. MOBAs are a little bit harder to get into than normal games. So you have to put in a lot of time and effort. But I think the superhero hook and the comic hook, obviously, in the DC universe is enough for fans like me to get into it. And I already see some of you Bat fans in the chat saying, oh, Joe forgets that Batman has kryptonite. They're already starting the fucking argument about Batman beating Superman. Watch my video. I think by the end, any logical person can realize that either one of them can win. But I give you reasons why. More times out of none, Superman will win. I think that'll be out next week. I would love it if you guys watch that video, and then let's break their tournament here, and let's make it go our way, the way of the TGS podcast and the Angry Army. That'd be fucking.
I don't necessarily endorse any of that, but whatever.
Hey, screw you.
It's like, this is my show, damn it. I like Batman. Anyway, I don't know. It's Injustice I'll definitely play, because again, it's a NetherRealm game, and they've proven themselves with Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah, the story mode, I'm interested
phenomenal
in the story
game.
mode.
Yeah, I'm hoping the story mode is as good as MK9's, which had the best story mode of any fighting game ever, as far as I'm concerned.
Sir.
Incredibly good. Also a game packed with content, easy to get into, but hard to master. Great graphic style, and absolutely faithful to the original games, replicating that style and that particular theme and feel within a more modern title. They did extremely well. So I will play the hell out of Injustice, and I'll probably like it a lot. Again, Infinite Crisis for me is sort of a, hey, I'll try it. Because I'm always curious to see if they do anything with the Dota genre, and if they do anything innovative. They probably won't, but hey, maybe they do. Crendor, what are your thoughts on that?
That's one of the biggest problems with MOBA things, is how long it takes people to get decent at it, because you have to learn every single aspect.
Yeah.
I remember I played LoL since it came out right after beta.
Yeah.
And so there were people just getting into LoL a year ago, and they'd be like, hey, can I play with you? And I'd be like, no, 'cause you're bad. And then finally, a year later, they're grasping the concepts of the game, and it's just you need to know every champion, you need to know every item, you need to know all the everything about the game to be good at it. You need oh, blue spawns at 650 after you kill it before, and new people aren't gonna grasp that right away, because you have to learn Brand has a W ability. So it's that's why it's I don't know. that's why it's hard to watch it too for a lot of people, because it's like you have to know. Like StarCraft, you can watch it and be like, oh, that unit kills that. I get it. But like with LoL, it's like this champion and this champion and this champion and this champion. It's like there's so many. And then they keep adding more and more.
StarCraft is very similar to LOL, that you need to know what you're doing. You need to know what your opponent's units can do. You need to know what counters what. Give me that crap that StarCraft isn't like League of Legends in that sense.
No, I mean like from an observer point of view. Like if you're a fan watching it.
That's very true, actually. I've said this time and again. Stuff like MOBA games are harder to spectate than StarCraft is. But there are elements to MOBA games that, for some people, are more entertaining to watch. The team play aspect is a big deal. Versus, 1v1 sports are still popular, but the most popular sports in the world are team sports, not 1v1 sports. So that's something that you have to consider there. Again, that's a topic I could go on for all day, and I'm not going to because we're rapidly running out of time, but that's kind of the conclusion on that topic, I guess. We'll try it. Again, I'm not too thrilled about Infinite Crisis. I am definitely thrilled about Injustice because, again, it's another game from NetherRealm, and I love my fighting games. So
let's have a fight. We should do a video, you and me.
Should we do a tournament? Should we set up a little tournament?
Fuck yeah, that would be cool.
What format? Because I've got to buy it on the right
I don't know.
console.
We'll figure that shit out later.
Yeah,
keep it a
Injustice
surprise.
tournament. Yeah, TGS Injustice tournament. I don't know how the fuck we're going to pull that off, but we'll do it. Yes. Damn right.
Yeah. The only disappointing thing is that there was no tag team mode in that. The Injustice game is so perfect for it because you can assemble superhero team like Green Arrow, Superman, Batman, or Sinestro, all the villains. I was really disappointed that there's no tag team mode in that. But otherwise, it's looking good. Looking good.
All right. I need to also stop arranging tournaments because I don't have time to do them. But it's a fighting game tournament. I can do it in a day.
After the Blood Bowl tournament's over, and the fighting games, these fights take like 3 minutes, TV.
Yeah.
Instead of 1 hour 50 when playing Blood Bowl.
2 hours. No, each Blood Bowl game is 2 hours.
You should have made it 40-second turns because that is like crazy fast.
I don't know, man. I'm considering doing another one after this where it will be 40-second turns. Like,
so I got placed I got placed into a random match and the dude had 40-second turns. I was like, oh, why is this going so fast? It's just like you have to be thinking about what you're going to do next while the other person's taking their turn. Like, it's just like so quick.
Yeah, cool.
It's speedball. The funny thing is that it's likely that you don't have enough time to do everything, so you have to do massive prioritization. It's actually it's an entirely different game playing it with 40-second turns. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up, folks, because, as I said, I've got to go on the phone with the lawyer, which is not going to be fun. But before we go, let's have a few words about what's going on the game station this week. Lisa, you probably know more about this than we do. What's happening on TGS this week?
I'm a bad person to ask about that. I'm doing Remag this Friday, but I don't actually know what's going on.
Cool. I don't know either. So
they always had to update when I did the weekly Remag. Like they updated me in the morning every Tuesday of what's going on. Then I kind of had a better idea. But now Remag's totally different. So now I'm kind of out of the loop on what they're doing over there. So.
Yep. What I will tell you for a fact is that if you want to check out some lore, there is the Shigeru Miyamoto lore in a minute over on youtube.com/lore, as well as Nolan Bushnell lore. Nobody has any clue who that is, unless, of course, you pay attention to consoles. So you might want to go and find out about that, learn a bit.
That lore series is pretty cool.
It's good.
I just figured out about it.
I enjoy the lore series a lot. That's something that you should go and have a look at. Well, in that case, let's plug what's going on our channels this week. Joe, what you got coming up for us over the next week or so?
Oh shit. I've been trying to get Defiance running. That was the first person at the door. They're 10 minutes down the street. They finally showed up with a USB. I've been having so much trouble getting that game going. So I'm going to try to do something for Defiance, whether it's first impressions or a review. And then obviously the comic book debate, who's better, Superman, Batman.
Yep.
You guys want to help me vote on that and put in your opinion, your 2 cents. I'm going to read all the comments. I'm that hardcore. And that's about, and we'll see what else comes out. Injustice.
Fair enough. All right, Crendor, what's
and Blood Bowl?
Yes, Blood Bowl will be happening. Crendor, what you got coming up?
I am making WoW videos as usual because I'll keep making those forever until people stop watching. And then I'm running raids with my friend. We're going back and running all the old raids since they're really easy to do now. So it's kind of like a relaxing nostalgia thing to kind of go back and see them all. I just put up Nax and AQ40. I also am leveling a character in WoW, and people are getting very angry because they're like, "Why aren't you speed running?" And I'm like, "Because I'm trying to enjoy the game and look at things."
Grind this mob for 50 hours. You'll get there. This is the most efficient way.
Man.
I'm also finishing up playing Scribblenauts because that's a fun game.
Yep.
And you should also check out youtube.com/CoxandCrendor, CoxnCrendor, where Jesse Cox and I upload animations of our podcast, and we have one that is funny. Only one.
Only
the other
one.
ones are awful.
Good to know. Lisa Boyles, what are you up to this week?
You can keep checking me out on Remag each week. This week it's going to be on Friday. It's kind of always a different day. Like we rotate between the hosts. But this week it's Friday on Remag. My new show, Top 5 with Lisa Boyles, came back to The Escapist. So that's every Tuesday. And I have a podcast called Four Runners Up that comes up the day after for me to kind of explain myself why I picked those top 5 and, for all the angry people to come, let me explain myself. And also, I just want to keep Loco Cycle on everybody's radar. That's the new Microsoft game by Twisted Pixel. And I voiced the lead character in that game. And I don't know if you checked it out at PAX East or anything.
Didn't get a chance, but I have heard of Twisted Pixel.
Yeah, they did, Comic Jumper and Miss Explosion Man and Explosion Man and the Maw and everything. But we're supposed to have a pretty big presence at E3. But I just want to keep that game on everybody's radar because it's going to be really fun and really funny. And that's the acting and the creating a character is really where my passion lies. So that's been a really big, fun project for me. So
yeah, that's actually a really cool company because they did the Maw. They also did the Gunstringer, which probably sold about 3 copies.
Yeah, I did a review on that one. I think they sent me a Christmas card.
Gunstringer is one of the only decent
Damn.
Kinect games. One of the only decent ones.
I agree. It's like the only one I liked. So okay.
Yeah, I believe the only reason that actually did well at all was because it came with Fruit Ninja. But yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. Oh, sorry, I just crashed their website. Whoops. Anyway, never mind. Sorry, Twisted Pixel. Anyway, yeah, so...
I also have a youtube.com/goodnightcrendor. I read things and help you fall asleep.
Are you fucking
Good
serious?
God!
Why would you do that?
Okay, Angry Joe Show,
wanted
YouTube,
it.
.com/Angry Joe Show, and AngryJoeShow.com.
I haven't even got to plug my shit yet. What the hell's wrong with you?
youtube.com/WowCrendor, twitter.com/WowCrendor, facebook.com/Crendor, Discord.com/Crendor, buy my shirts, buy my mugs, buy my merch. Everybody likes merch.
Are you quite finished? Thank you. Wonderful. What's going on with my channel this week? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? By the sounds of it. Content batch coming back Thursday. So I'm doing news again. Obviously that takes a back seat while I'm at events, especially when Zook, who does all of the editing for that show, is in Vegas with me. That makes things a bit more difficult. More PAX stuff, even though you apparently hate it. I've got quite a lot more PAX videos to come up. I'll be just releasing one of those a day going forward, most likely. So I've still got stuff like Wildstar to show you, which is the forthcoming Carbine MMORPG with some ex-Blizzard devs on it. Got stuff like God Factory, which is an excellent PvP space game. And I've got a bunch of other stuff just kind of lying around from PAX, so got quite a bit still to show you. Back on the horse in terms of WTF is Bioshock. Probably going to do that over the weekend, most likely. So I'll get my video out. I know it's super late, but end of the day, I couldn't really do a video while I was away. Defiance, I'm playing more of that. I'm kind of warming up to it a little bit. Well, it's still got a lot of problems, but I'm kind of having some fun with it. So we'll see about that. I don't know how far I should really play it. It's an MMO. It's kind of hard to judge where you should stop and say, yeah, okay, I think I know what's going on now. But I'll do some more on Defiance, definitely. And there are some games forthcoming on Steam that I will be checking out. Yeah, it's the usual stuff. More Dota. Oh, and I've got StarCraft 2 coming, by the way. This is a quick announcement. I am casting the Acer Team Story Cup, which is going to be kicking off. I believe there's going to be one tomorrow. It's either tomorrow or Friday. Yeah, it's tomorrow. I think that is going to be Axiom versus Mouse Sports, which is actually our team, Axiom, the guys that we sponsor, the guy that we made. So they're playing against Mouse Sports. I'll be casting that. I'll also be casting Caronte, Millennium, MVP, and Quantic, I believe. So that's going to be happening in the next couple of days. I'll keep you posted on Twitter as to when that's happening. It's going to be live streamed and also VODed on youtube.com/TotalBiscuit if you want to watch some good StarCraft action. I think that pretty much wraps it up, honestly.
You just reminded me that StarCraft, I do have a StarCraft Heart of the Swarm parody finished, but I don't know if I should do the review. So if you guys want to see that parody video, maybe it's on its own, or maybe I'll get around to the review. Let me know in the comments. I'll release that.
I noticed
stuff.
you said with your Axiom guy, you're like, we made him. Like, did you craft him? Did you craft him like a robot?
We crafted him out of wool cloth and some leather strips.
He's a sack boy.
Oh, and our Blood Bowl match.
Yes, Blood Bowl match between me and Crendor is coming up over the next few days. That's going to happen.
Little Skittles make a rainbow.
Big Skittles, killing little Skittles. That's how it's going to be.
Exciting.
We blitz you, and you die. We're about done, folks. Thank you very much for watching the Game Station podcast. Jesse and Dodger will most likely be back next week unless they're jet-lagged and or lazy, both of which are likely. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/cynicalbrit or youtube.com/TotalBiscuit for my StarCraft channel, youtube.com/AngryJoe Show, and youtube.com/WowCrendor for their channels as well. Lisa, you do have your own channel, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe she doesn't.
Lisa?
She's
probably gone.
Am I there? Are you guys there? Sorry,
Yes.
everything
Yeah,
froze again. Sorry.
We got you. It's
I
okay.
think it's my internet. I don't know.
Oh dear, you have your own channel as well, don't you?
I lost you. Everything's
right.
crashing.
Just Google Lisa Foils. You might find the Nickelodeon stuff. It might happen.
I think what